Maybe.
Okay, cool. All right, so we are in our makeshift studio here because our our new podcast digs are getting made right now, which is pretty exciting. Probably one more week, to be totally honest with you, before we're back here.
Which probably means 2, maybe 3.
What?
No, I
that's
think
the way life
that
goes.
yeah, you might be right. I mean, definitely. Well, I could say next Wednesday we're definitely not going to have a podcast here. No way, impossible.
Okay.
I think there's a good chance the following Wednesday we will have a podcast.
Possibly.
Yeah.
We'll just
But
have to
anyway,
see
so
how
in the
things
meantime,
go.
we're upstairs in the
awesome.
Reptarium, which is kind of a cool backdrop anyways.
Looks
you know?
beautiful.
I mean, it looks kind of cool and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So,
It's like it's kind of weird to be in here. We can look at animals while we're just kind of talking and stuff. I
Yeah.
got Ivy chilling behind you.
Yeah.
I know, got Ivy behind
like
me,
it.
got Baby Kush over here, we got the fish spas going, so
At the
it's
gift
kinda cool.
shop. This is
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah, the
No.
only reason we wouldn't do this, I mean, I could almost say like, oh, we could do this all the time, like that, but it's tearing it, putting it up and tearing it
Yeah,
down.
it's a pain in the
Is a
butt.
pain in the butt, and we would never do that. Plus, we need some permanent digs.
Yeah.
You know, like I said, the new podcast room, which Jay, is it tomorrow's video?
That is tomorrow's video, yeah.
Tomorrow's video. So, yeah, that you guys will see the start of the podcast room
Nice.
being built.
We did get these new chairs
Oh,
today.
snap.
Chairs
These
today.
are
Yep.
comfy.
Yep, that's always nice.
That's
yep.
Certa. That's
Yeah.
Certa Comfort.
Certa
I think
Comfort.
that's the one where they got the sheep in the
Yes,
commercials,
exactly.
Yeah.
So
And
if I
it's
do
also
doze off,
something-
that's why, because these
Yeah.
chairs are real comfortable.
right?
Yeah,
Yes.
it beats the plastic chairs that we've been using.
cheese
for
graters.
I mean, the
cheese
ones
graters.
we've been having have been pretty good.
Yeah,
but
you guys, you two had the nice
Living in
chairs. I had
luxury.
the,
Those ones, yeah, they're good.
I got to find a place for them at the house because they're
We'll
nice
just give them to
chairs.
the boys behind the desk.
yeah,
man.
boys behind the desk.
That's
you
it,
do
dude. It's
tonight,
game
yeah.
over.
Nah, Jay's too big.
That's
Yeah.
true. I'm a big boy.
Damn.
So I do have, speaking of podcast room,
Yes.
here in a little bit, I'll have one of my contractors showing up, so I'm going to step out of the podcast for 5 minutes or so you guys will be carrying
All
it
right,
without
we'll
me.
have some fun.
Yeah, we'll
Yeah.
take over the show.
Yeah, I know
Yeah.
you guys will talk about me and say nasty things like always. So
Why? Why is that always a thing that people think when they're not around I talk about them?
because you do.
Oh, shit.
Even our trainer said that. He says you talk shit about everybody.
That's not true. You're a
Yeah.
liar.
Yeah.
I know. I told you that the other day too.
That's a lie. That's a
Yeah.
lie.
I was just like, you need to stop talking all that
I
shit.
don't talk shit.
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah. Where was them?
Yeah. Yeah. So, anyways, we've got interesting. Daytona was last weekend. The Reptile
Oh,
Big
yeah,
Show.
how'd that
Reptile
go?
Show.
Crazy.
It sounded like it went very well. I mean,
Good.
as far as like the attendance was good. I heard vendors were down just a little bit, which is understandable. You
Yeah,
know,
of
not
course.
as many people
It's not
want
like
to
we're in the
travel and
middle
stuff
of a
like that.
Pandemic or something.
Right.
Exactly.
But I heard that I saw a lot of pictures. Seemed like there was some
Look
nice
good?
variety. Seemed like there was a good crowd from the few people I talked to that actually was vending there. They
Okay.
said they had really good shows.
Good.
Nice.
Well,
So
that's
it
awesome.
sounded
awesome.
Like it was really
Because
good.
that's the thing that I was saying is I could understand from a vendor standpoint. Like tables for the most part, and I know that show aren't cheap.
right.
Right.
So for us to go, like it's a big investment
Yeah.
for the travel, the packing, the tables, the hotel.
Yeah.
To not know if anybody's going to come or buy
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah.
I mean, we've had our fair share of lumps when we were doing shows
Well,
of
aren't
losing
those-
money. So
Those are the best payoffs, though.
What's that?
The ones where like you risk it and you're like,
Of
ooh,
course.
this could be a big flop
we had,
where I lose
well,
it
yeah,
all.
Over
or-
the years, we had plenty.
well, that's the
both ways.
story of our whole
Exactly.
life. So
Yeah, we had times where it was like we crushed it, and we had times,
and times
where
we're like, shit, we can't even afford food on the way home.
I remember Kevin. Well, let me tell you a quick story. One day, and this is I probably won't get into numbers, but let's just say it was during the good days when we'd leave the Daytona show with like
Stacks.
stacks
That's
of cash. And I remember one time, get this, so we had
The
literally
good days.
2 money bags
No.
full of money.
Money symbol on the outside? That'd be
Yeah,
awesome.
No,
totally.
no, like the bank money bags, like the bank
yeah.
money bags. We had 2 full of money. It was a lot of money. And I remember driving home, and it was me and your mom, and it was like we were like somewhere in Georgia, somewhere or whatever up the road. I don't know where it was, but we stopped, used the bathroom, all that type of stuff. Get back in the car, driving for like an hour. And Lori thought she may have left the money in the bathroom.
No.
Do you remember
Fuck
this story?
does that even mean?
You were like, "Where's the fucking money?" You're like, I think, because I remember you took your person that had all the money, and then you couldn't find the purse.
That is
with
ridiculous.
The money in it.
Why
and, like,
would you
we
even make that rookie mistake?
We wouldn't even have known
touching
what
the money.
gas
Clearly,
station.
I didn't. But
No.
go ahead.
Well, she ended.
That
she ended
was
up
scary.
She ended up
Give me an
finding
anxiety attack.
She ended up finding the purse and the money. But
Yes.
for a good 10 minutes or so, I was in complete
so
utter panic.
my
would've
memory
doubted.
issues started young. Just there you go. It's
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
age related. It's just genetic, I suppose.
That's crazy.
But
if
yeah, I
that,
mean, that
if
would've
that was
been-
true though, oh my God, divorce.
It would have been unbelievable because I mean
then
we
he'd
would have
never
lost.
have a chance to get it back.
I mean, it would have been a lot of money that we would have
Imagine,
lost,
though.
and
Yeah.
all the profit
Yes.
and all the everything
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
And those, like I said, those were the good days. I mean, certainly, I think the good days, like with Daytona and even the NARBC at Tinley and stuff like that. I'm talking the real good days when you go and crush. They only lasted maybe 4 or 5 years at the
Yeah.
best or so, and then
was
it got to
crazy.
the
That's a
point where
long time.
It was,
No, it is a long
It is
time.
a long time, and like I said, like
Yeah.
I think it's funny, and okay, so yes, we can refer to them as good days,
Right.
but I would almost, I mean, that happening doesn't necessarily make good. You
Right.
know what I mean?
No, I
but
understand.
it was definitely a very crazy time to
Yeah.
have experienced
Yeah.
and lived through.
Well,
to
right.
be able to be selling crazy stuff for crazy amount of money and be able to capitalize on that, like not doing stuff illegally, I guess.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because like
Yeah.
drug lords do that.
No, you're
shit
right.
all the
Like,
time.
it was that kind of money, though. Like-
right,
Yeah, it was like
there
drug
was some
lord
crazy,
money,
and
yeah,
like
but-
you know,
yeah.
I remember. I don't know how much you remember. Jade probably
I can
remembers
tell us
more.
a money story if
and
you
I,
want.
yeah, tell me about his story.
So
Oh gosh.
let's take this back. I'm young, man. We live at the house that we're at now.
Okay.
There's a Target like a mile or so down the road, and we used to go Target Tuesdays every single week.
Yeah,
we
Yeah,
love
that
Target
was
Tuesdays.
Dad's thing, yeah.
This was obviously during the money years.
Yeah.
Okay. Because he had
Balling at
stats.
Target.
He
Right?
did like to
We're
walk
buying-
around with a
Yeah, we're buying movies and we're buying all the movies, right? So I'm young. I'm probably freaking 7 years old, right? Little ass kid. Dad, you pull out this big ass money stack and you just hand it to me, and it's like bigger than
in
both
your
my hands.
right?
Yeah, and so I'm running into Target with this big ass stack of money, just
Hell
like
yeah,
jumping
dude.
on the red balls and stuff.
So crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, those were the good days.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
did have a flashback because it was funny this weekend. You know, we had people come for the Reptarium, and
Yeah.
I had this group come in. And one of the ones that I was waiting outside because they were like late finally comes in, and the guy's like, "Oh yeah, sorry, this and that," and then he said something, and then he threw out there like, "Oh yeah, this and that. You know, I work for the Pistons, blah blah blah." I'm like, whatever, you know, this and
Yeah.
that. So this guy, he's got like his basketball shorts on with the pocket, and then clearly, as I'm putting the wristband on, what does he got? He's got a wad of cash kind of hanging out of the pocket, and literally, that's exactly what I pictured. I was like, this is a Brian
Dang,
back
you
in the
got
day.
the hookup for the Pistons hookup, right?
I
Like, we
don't
didn't get the
know.
Pistons
Pistons aren't
hookup?
even here. I'm thinking this is me.
What do you
though.
mean?
I'm
Well,
thinking
They are here
dude,
because they're not in the
They're not in the
playoffs.
playoffs, yeah.
Remember?
Oh,
They're just
no,
not
I don't
playing.
know. I
They're
don't
just not
follow.
playing.
I
Yeah,
thought
you're
they
right.
were
I mean,
all
they're
down
not
there.
doing anything.
So, but I just,
but
this
there's
is
gonna
me.
be a,
Like I
yeah,
don't.
there'll be a
Just
next
because you're
season.
spitting something at me, I'm like, I don't give a shit. Like
Yeah.
I don't believe you. I could say I'm Queen of England, and like, is somebody gonna
Well,
believe that shit? Like,
well,
you know what
I don't know.
Yeah, that
And,
one
like,
might be.
and then just
I don't
because you
think
got
I'm
a
gonna buy
stack
that
of
one.
money in your pocket, like I don't know how you got that or what you did, so I don't give
Well,
a
just
shit.
working for the
but
Pistons
it
doesn't-
doesn't
No, yeah,
matter
you're right, you're right.
exactly. Like I know he wasn't a player. I could tell you that because he certainly wasn't built to be a player.
Oh, dude, what if this is the owner? What if this
What
is
if he's
the
like,
owner
yeah,
and
like
she's
a-
just
Nah.
talking mad shit
It's like
right
assistant
now?
general manager.
Yeah,
or
and
something
she's
like
just
that,
like,
I don't
you
think
know.
so.
This
I don't.
fucking guy,
You can
blah, blah, blah.
tell. You can tell.
You could tell. Have you ever
how
met any
people-
assistant general managers?
You can tell.
I know their
when
type.
it's
I know their
assistant
type.
GM.
tell you something like don't doubt me
Right.
that I am very good at judging people and
Yeah.
doing whatever.
Yeah.
The way
Fair.
this
Judge
shit,
people lost
the
it,
way
I know.
this shit was
Very
thrown
good at
out, it was like trying to impress me. Like you know what I mean? I feel like the GM or the whatever isn't going to do that shit.
Okay.
No, it's not
That's
the
a fair
GM,
point.
obviously. I mean, we know
Fair
the
point.
GM wasn't
Yeah.
in here. Anyways, let me hit a couple
Anyway.
trivia real
we
quick.
don't know that.
Anyways,
No.
This
it
is
brought
a
me
hot
back
attraction in
to
Michigan,
to when you like to walk around with a fat wad of
wad.
cash
Like
in
that.
your
I don't. I haven't. And by the way, for the record, that's been a lot.
Oh,
of
it's been a
years.
long
It's been a
time.
long
You
time.
don't
That
have
was
any
before,
money.
'cause I
Half the
didn't-
time,
He's
I'm
got
like, you
quarters
got $2
right now,
bucks,
dude.
and you're like, no.
He's got a couple quarters
Now I
jingling.
use a debit card.
Right,
for
exactly.
everything.
It's
true, it's
like
true.
debit cards. I mean, I don't. Cash is like
Back
you
in
know.
the day.
Back in the day, I
we
wasn't-
didn't have
yeah,
debit
yeah.
cards.
Wads
Yeah, we didn't have
on
debit
wads.
cards. I
And
didn't
we
really-
just had a lot of cash.
We just had a lot of cash. Yeah.
I had a
but,
lot of cash.
But,
Cash, not a bad
so-
problem
No.
to have.
Pat says, "Hey guys, thanks for the virtual tour. Loved it. Of course, that was I think
yeah.
our fifth virtual
Fifth tour,
Oh,
yeah.
that
We
was
had a good
nice.
time.
I actually finally got to see her because I don't think I've ever been a part of her tours.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah,
In
you
the
did the-
beginning, we started with Matilda.
Yeah.
So, and I got to see her. So it was nice to put a
Yeah, it
face
was
to
good.
the name.
Yeah. It was a fun
I
time. We
agree.
had a good time. It was because obviously, we've done 5 tours with her. We were,
Try to
doing
do new
really
things.
unorthodox tours, But,
Yes.
but it, in a way, maybe it
This one
even
was
gave us
cool.
some ideas because, I think it's kind of cool to
She
walk
got to
around
watch
and-
us feed.
Yeah,
It's cool.
she got to watch us feed,
And
film
behind
some
the
stuff,
sce-
a
yeah,
lot
exactly,
behind the scenes
behind the
stuff.
scenes
So,
of the
so it
vlog.
was a lot of fun. It was good. So Pat, we appreciate you.
Thank
I
you, Pat.
realize that the sixth one might be a while from now because but I appreciate you.
Yeah, seriously.
Oak said, finally, this is the first time I've been off work early enough to
Hey,
actually
Oak.
catch the podcast live. So, Oak, welcome.
Welcome.
Welcome to the live podcast. I appreciate you. Steven says, Brian, what I would give to have to come to Utah what would I have to give to come to Utah to collaborate with Clint from Clint's Reptiles? I don't really know Clint, and I mean I think
really understand.
so. What
Would he give us?
What would
yeah,
I-
this
yeah.
guy?
What would he
To
have to do to
collab
get
with-
us to go there?
Is he
I don't
Clint?
think,
Oh,
I don't
to
think
get
it's even
us
like
to
what
go
would, I think
there.
I read that right. It's what I would give to. Like he wants me to go to collab with Clint.
Okay.
Okay, so
Not like
he
he's
wants
gonna
us
pay
to
or
collab
something.
with
Oh,
Clint.
okay.
I don't know. I didn't know if
Yeah.
he was Clint.
I mean, I don't,
Yeah.
I don't know, I don't know Clint. I haven't ever talked to Clint.
Kevin
Let's
knows
go.
Clint though,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Kevin knows Clint.
So we
He
got a
seems
good-
like a
Let's
good, yeah,
go.
he seems like a good guy. But it's weird. You never know what like people like Clint, like their opinion of us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, sometimes, especially Clint is a pretty like professional, like herpetology
Yeah,
type
yeah,
of guy.
yeah.
What are you saying?
And
We're not professional?
no, I don't know. That guy Clint might be like, no, Brian's really cool, or he
Come
might be
on,
like, oh, I
Clinton.
have nothing. I want to have nothing to do with that guy.
Clinton.
I don't
I'm
know.
Curious.
Come on.
I mean, he
Clinton.
hangs
So,
out
I
with
know.
Kevin. I mean, I can't imagine that.
I
he
would
would.
think
If he's
so,
okay
but-
with Kevin, he should
Clint
be.
is.
Yeah, he
okay
should be
with
fine
us.
with you.
But I mean, I would hope so. But it's weird that like a
I
guy
get
like
you,
that
though.
has never like
Reached out.
commented on anything of mine. Has never.
Reached
I mean,
out,
I guess
yeah.
I haven't
Maybe
commented
doesn't-
back to
Maybe
him either.
Clint
so.
is more like me.
Yeah.
He doesn't really watch.
Reclusive.
But my
things.
point is that I've always liked his stuff, and I would
What
be
does
happy
he
to.
have?
I don't know that.
Has he got
I don't know what he
some
has.
cool
I've never
son?
watched his stuff like enough to know. You know what I mean? I've
There
watched
you
like
go.
bits and pieces of his stuff, but mainly he talks about like is this a good pet or is this? He gets into like the more scientific side of
That's
things.
Yeah. Very
professional.
scientific.
Yeah, very
Okay.
scientific, and I
wanna-
think he is a biologist. I think.
Yeah,
I'm
though
not
I
sure.
seen the one video he did with Kevin, and he was very astute. Very.
Yeah.
We need to go
yeah.
to more like obviously there's been this whole Rona thing,
Yeah.
but I
Utah
really-
would be great too.
like I
Hell
enjoy
yeah.
going to different people's collections and stuff.
It is
like
fun.
traveling
Well, that's
across
what we're
the
going
country.
to try to do in November, right? Is do that,
yeah,
right?
exactly.
Yeah.
Because like it is kind of cool because you do get a kind of you see these cool dinosaurs, right? These
Right.
reptiles, these really interesting things that,
That-
not
yeah,
a lot
we'll
of people have because you know so many people and you
Right.
know the rarest of the rare
Mhm.
people at the end of the day. And so we see these amazing animals
Yeah.
and don't have to do any work to take care of them. All we're there for is just
for
to
fun,
look
yeah,
at.
To
just for
appreciate
fun,
it.
yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you get to see
So-
projects that people are working on that maybe we haven't worked on
Yeah.
here, which is cool.
Yeah,
too.
and
Awesome.
sorry it's taking a little while. Let me get the engine rolling. But but like once after we kind of stopped, after it's been a few months since we haven't done these fun
Yeah,
travel
since
trips
March.
and
Yeah,
stuff.
since March. It's been
And-
a while. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's just with the time off, it makes you really realize how much you do enjoy going out.
Yeah, I mean, I can't wait.
That was
Obviously,
rough
you know,
to
when
get
I'm
out,
no,
but-
no, I know, and obviously when I am mentally doing better and better. As a matter of fact, I felt great most of the day today. I'm a little bit fuzzy today, just like in the last half hour or so. My anxiety's kicked up a little bit, but I still don't feel bad. So I'm definitely I am getting better, and so hopefully by November for sure, I'll be back to wanting to travel and I mean, obviously things are a little bit different. We're not going to be jet setting all over the world like we did in the past, but I think by next year we will be. I think we'll be back to that.
awesome.
But I'm looking forward to this November trip. Still have a lot to plan, but we have a long time to plan too. So but yeah, so it'll be cool. So Clint, yeah, I mean, if I'd love to do something with Clint.
Yeah.
I have no problem.
And
with
Utah's
him.
dope. So
Come on.
Yeah, and
Oh, yeah.
Utah's great. I know that Brian Cusco is just out doing some stuff with Clint in
Oh, sweet.
Utah
Oh, really?
like a week ago. So.
Oh, I think I did
Yeah.
hear you talking about that.
Yeah, something like that.
About-
Angela says, loving the location of the podcast today. Glad you guys managed to still go live. Favorite part of my day. Thank you. Like I said, I like the backdrop.
It looks
It's pretty
dope,
cool.
yeah.
Of course, you guys have a better view than me. I mean, I like looking at you guys,
These
but
are
I
my
just see the
favorite
gift
ones.
shops.
That's a
but
good view.
I know. I get
It's
to
a
look
good
at you
view.
too. That's really nice.
It is a beautiful view, isn't it?
Nees is back in the house. Hey guys, how's everyone doing?
What up,
Good
Nees?
episode today, Noah.
Hey,
Yeah,
Heavenly.
yeah. Should give a shout out
Thank
to your
you. I appreciate it.
episode 4.
I did drop an episode of Pimp My Pen
Yeah.
today.
Nice.
was
I
good.
I
gotta
can't wait
check
to watch
that
it when
out.
I go home.
Yeah, it's very, it's the thing I was telling your mom about it is that like definitely your videos, I know you're working really hard and your plan is now to drop like every Wednesday? Is that the plan?
I just want to post. Yeah, kind of. I was thinking that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Post
So-
every Wednesday,
yeah,
once a
every
week on
That'd be good.
Wednesday.
I think it's smart. But I mean, I think the thing that's interesting is you're putting a lot more into the edit and the post-production
Oh, so
side and the
much
thoughts.
more.
But they're very
Yeah.
unique. They're very unique. They're like really like nothing else you see
Are
on
we
YouTube.
getting?
I agree.
You know,
Are we
That's what I
getting a
try.
peek into your brain?
I'm
Yeah.
trying to.
Is that what
the
this
third
is?
eye.
Yeah,
Yeah?
I actually am. I tried
Cool.
to. That's what I've been trying to do recently. Is kind of not
Kind of
think about it,
inside, and
Not
just kinda
copy
like,
anything.
not
you
think
see.
about it,
Just get
and
creative and crazy.
yeah, and just let the It sounds weird, but just like time is always passing by, and like my action. I'm always gonna be doing something the next second.
Yeah.
Like even subconsciously, and like when I'm in this editing state, you can get yourself into a subconscious state of editing where you're like just purely
In the moment.
Flow state.
yourself.
Yeah.
Like
just
yeah,
in your
and,
moment, nothing else. Yeah, I miss that really.
and there's
I like
there's
the
just like a
edit
bunch
side
of
it,
I'm just trying to find out. I've been slowly finding out, slowly, how to stay in it longer, how to get into it faster,
Right.
how to control my body, control my mind,
Yeah.
to do what I want it to do, and not let my body control
Yeah.
myself. If that makes sense.
No, it
Like,
does make sense.
I've been trying to literally control myself to just like focus on the creative side of things.
Right.
Like it sounds weird because it's not like a real talked about subject.
Well, no, it's just
but
it's a state of focus. I get it.
No,
I
you know
get
what?
it.
Yeah.
I get it too. Like, obviously, I've never edited, but I've always been a
course.
very creative, crafty, whatever kind of
Oh, yeah.
person. And that's what I like in it too. So,
Yeah.
say I'm doing anything, whether it's, say quilting.
Mm-hmm.
The same kind of thing. So
Oh, for sure.
while yes, maybe my idea is this thing, but then when I'm getting into it, I am always kind of like that too. When I'm in a project and I'm doing something, you're in the zone, and then you kind of just get creative with it. Like you're like,
Yeah.
oh, you know what? This would actually be cool, and this and this and this. And
Yeah.
I know what you're saying, because if it's anything like that, like it's a cool zone to be in. It's an awesome feeling. Like I
Yeah.
miss that because I haven't done it in a while.
got
But
it,
like,
yeah.
it's a really just
crazy.
yeah.
And the
it's-
thing that
it's-
me and Brian talk about all the time is like you'll be in that flow state. 4 hours will pass by, and you like
Yes.
look back up at the clock, and you're like,
Exactly.
oh, you're halfway done knitting your blanket, and that's just
exactly.
just
You
like
get
that.
stuck, and then you're like, whoa, yeah.
It's a lot of fun.
No, it is fun. I think that's good. I'm glad that you're doing that, because I think that's
agree.
where enjoyment comes.
I
You know,
agree.
that's where it changes from work or a task
Yeah.
to actually like, you're really getting something out of it. You
That's
know
what
what?
I
Maybe
mean.
it's something like these runners where they talk about these endorphins. Like,
Yeah,
let me tell you
maybe.
something. I don't know.
Similar.
Because I never had that shit. Like all I've ever got to is I'm gonna die.
I'm tired.
Yeah, I can't breathe.
Yeah,
Like
nah.
I've never got that high, but like I've
Never
got it
with
other
running.
things. So I'm thinking maybe that's what they get.
Probably
but
similar.
It's
Yeah, it's just really like the whole world fades away. And then for you, Noah, what you're talking about too, because a lot of people obviously don't edit, so they don't understand that like as the clip goes by, There's a million different things you could put right there, over any clip of anything, and your brain has to fire off and try to find those right things.
And this is what I've been trying to be in more touch with. So exactly, a million things you could put there. So each second that goes by, subconsciously, my brain tells me what to put.
Yep.
Oh, put a fucking fart sound here.
Yeah.
Oh, guess
yeah.
what? Put a fart sound there. It's just like,
And it's funny, and you see it, and you're
and
like,
you
oh, that's
hear
perfect.
it in your head. You see where you should place it in your head, and then you're like, okay, let me search for this fart sound. I know exactly what fart
Right.
sound because I heard it in my subconscious
Right,
mind.
right, and you have to go through.
And then you have to dig
45 fart
right
sounds.
fucking fart.
and you're like, oh, that's the one.
And then
There's
you
the
find
fucking
it. You're
one.
like, that's it.
It's really funny though, Lori, because if you
Yeah.
actually hear me at my house, that's all you hear. It's just like the
Yeah.
same sound effects, like it'll be squeaky toys.
Yeah.
No, I get it. And again, okay, gonna get weird, but say go to the quilting thing. It's the
the
same
same thing.
thing.
It's the same
Because when
thing.
I'm doing
That's life.
something, it's like color, it's pattern or whatever, and it's the same thing. I'm like, oh, you know what? Something different would be really cool right here. And it's the same
Exactly.
thing. Going through all the different fabrics and this and that and finding like,
Yeah,
that's
what you
makes
saw in
this
your head.
pop.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like you didn't
exactly.
see the
So-
real image, but you
Yep.
knew what you wanted. And once it comes together, you're like, oh,
Yeah.
that was it.
So that's, I think it's awesome.
It's the
And-
same thing with any craft. Yeah, it's just once you get into those, and it takes a lot of practice too. I'm sure you didn't do that the first time you edited a video. You were just trying to get through the thing.
Oh, it was fucking miserable.
Yeah,
It was
you were just trying to
fucking
get through
miserable.
it.
Listen to me, dude. Listen. So this is for any people
Inspiring.
I was gonna. Yeah, inspiring, I guess. But like people that are just at the very fucking start of it, and
Yeah.
they're like, oh, I really want to be a video creator. I really want to edit, but the truth is, when I hear these creators talk about these experiences they have, whether it be the visions, whether it be the natural inkling to put a fart noise there.
yeah.
The truth is, right when I started, I didn't have that. It took fucking a year and a half, 2 years,
Yeah.
2.5 years, 3 years, 3.5 years.
to tap into
and
it.
then,
Yep.
right about that 2.5 year mark.
I agree. That's always
it's
it,
just
dude.
like, is really when things started to come a lot more naturally.
Yep. Because that first 2 years, you're like copying a lot.
Yeah.
You're
No,
seeing
yeah,
a
that's
video,
all
you're
it
watching
is.
like say Logan Paul or something,
Yeah.
and you're like, oh, he put that squeaky toy when he cursed.
I
I'm
wanna
going to
do
do
that.
that. Yeah,
I
and
wanna
then
do that.
eventually you do it
Yeah,
so much that you
exactly.
build a repertoire of like tools that you can use.
in your
yeah.
own, yeah.
In your brain, yeah.
Yeah, and then so once I developed that, I kind of just was like, okay, now that I have that, let me just really get in touch with my inner self, and then let my inner self choose what I create.
Yeah, and then I think
Sorry about
you
this.
are
No, you're good.
enjoying it a lot more because
too.
of that.
I
Yep.
agree.
That's
Oh,
awesome.
What did I miss? Anything good?
Everything. But
Yeah, we were just talking about flow states.
Oh, yeah, we're
I
just
just
talking
had
about
to-
the
yeah,
same
I
stuff.
just
weren't gone
sorry,
that
I just
long.
had
You
to-
left.
Yeah, I just
That
had
was
to
it.
deal with my
Contractor.
contractor really quick.
Yeah.
Let's
Little
crush off these
drywall,
Did he
other
quit?
things. No.
Okay, good.
So like we're going to drywall the podcast room tomorrow, but
Yeah.
then we had a couple changes we needed to make.
Of course.
On the electrical
Yep.
/
Where the
other
drywall
stuff,
would
yeah.
actually get cut out.
Yeah,
and stuff,
so it was like we could still do it with the drywall there, but it would make our electrician's job
100
10
times
times harder.
worse, yep.
So why not just push it off a few days? So it's going to cost us 4 to 5 days, but it's going to be better in
and
the
more
end.
money,
It'll
but
be-
that's okay. That's
Yeah,
fine.
so Cindy says, hey guys, nice to see you all. Nice distraction from us in Louisiana that's getting ready for Hurricane Laura.
I'm sorry.
Be
Stay
safe
safe,
down there.
guys,
Seriously,
yeah.
I haven't followed. I haven't watched the news much, but I know that they were saying it could potentially be a major hurricane.
I haven't seen it either.
So
So
they
it's
were
hitting
saying,
Louisiana? Is that where it is? I
think
haven't
it was,
paid attention.
I don't know either, but it was supposed to be like the
This could be a
Texas
lie.
Louisiana border.
But I heard
like, so
something about
Houston.
Cat 4. This could be
you
a
know,
lie, though.
I
saw
I
something
know
about
that
it.
a couple days ago. You want
We'll
to
look
punch
it
up?
up.
Jay?
It
It says it. Yeah, I'm
on the
looking at it
Weather
right now. It says
Channel.
Hurricane Laura strengthening and is a Cat 4.
Oh,
Catastrophic
that's a
strike ahead
bad,
near.
bad,
So
bad,
be very
bad,
careful,
bad.
man. Like that's
Well,
crazy.
Our prayers are with everyone in Louisiana and Texas right now. Be safe, guys. I mean, that is scary. I mean, if
Yeah.
it's a Cat 4 and strengthening,
And hit while it's hitting.
yeah,
like,
while it's hitting, that is devastating.
Fucking-
We went through.
Tell the Daytona story.
Yeah, so we went through Hurricane Charlie. When again, Daytona seems to be the theme of today's podcast.
Weird, yeah.
Well, because it is. So there you
But
go.
Sure.
we were down
It's
at
the
Daytona
season.
at the Reptile Show, and we went. Hurricane Charlie was actually hitting the West Coast, Punta Gorda, actually,
Oh,
where
okay.
Ty Park's place is,
Lot of
Iguana Land,
fun.
and but it made a track right through to Daytona.
Oh.
So by the time it hit Daytona, it was like I think it was a strong category 1, low category 2. So it
Okay.
had dropped quite a bit, but it literally was the most insane experience of my life as far as hurricanes go.
was crazy.
If like 135 mile an hour winds or 125 mile an hour winds were that intense, I can't imagine what Louisiana is about to hit.
No,
Tell
exactly.
them like your experience while you're in the room. I remember what
Yeah.
you told me.
Well, yeah. I
when
mean,
was
we
young,
were up
like-
on like the like 7th or 8th floor or something like
Yeah.
that. And,
All glass windows facing the water.
no.
facing the
Oh,
water.
so
Yes.
You could
scary.
literally see the glass bowing 3 or
Yeah.
4 inches.
It was like bowing in, and water
No
was coming.
way,
yeah, water was
dude.
coming in the
between.
seals.
Are
It
you
broke the
kidding me?
seal.
For
No,
real?
And then of
and we're
course,
sitting there in bed, like because we're crazy as shit.
Of course.
Watching
Yeah, I'd
the
be the
day
same
after
way.
the
tomorrow.
day after
Yeah.
tomorrow,
Yes, yeah.
this is happening. Going, is this
Yeah.
it? Is this it?
Yeah, and literally we were like there was like 5 floors above us, and the ceiling
Yeah.
was leaking
Because of
what happened
that.
was several people we knew, the whole hotel was
Yeah.
reptile people, so we knew people that their door walls blew out, just blew
Oh
up,
my
just like
God.
blew up, and so the water was just pouring in. And then
then
coming
it was
down
leaking
and
down, yeah.
but I mean it was the wildest sound and noise.
Yes, that
and-
train,
that sound. I
That
can't
sound, yeah.
even explain it. It's just
It was like
kinda
a super powerful vacuum moving
Yeah,
all,
yeah, yeah.
all the time. Like originally when it first hit, well, ironically enough, everything was shut down on the island. And we went to this pizza place because
course,
it's the only
'cause
place.
we
It was
were
like
hungry.
it was like 2 blocks away.
They're like, we'll
And,
deliver.
and we're watching
They
the
were the
hurricane.
only thing open.
Yeah,
like
I know.
everything
and
else
it took
was
like an
closed.
hour to
Yeah.
get the pizza. But so I was walking back like 2 blocks as the hurricane was hitting. And I was thinking like, wow, this is really strong. But it wasn't until I got
Thought,
into
wow, wow, this is crazy.
This is really
I
strong.
don't want to lose my pizza.
but
It's like
to be honest
the
with
first
you,
SpongeBob episode. Christine Pan pizza.
yeah. But the crazy thing was that like it was really starting to pick up as we were getting close to the hotel. When I finally got into the hotel, got
Yeah.
into the lobby, we were like eating some pizza, talking to some people and stuff like that. And I literally thought that like the cleaning crew had their vacuums out.
Yes.
That's what I thought. And
Because
it wasn't
that's the
until
sound in the
yeah, because the
background,
sound came on. Like I mean, like from the time we got into the lobby,
like a drone.
20 minutes later
Yeah,
is
yeah.
when it hit hard. And then it was like crazy because they had to open all the doors because they didn't want the vacuum.
Yep.
So like when you'd walk down the hallway, obviously no one was getting in the elevators because of
those
power.
weren't running.
So you would like walk up the stairs and like the power would go out, but then there was this howling of wind through the tunnels
Oh,
of the
so
stairs
scary.
because all the doors were open. It was crazy.
Very doomy,
crazy.
right?
Yeah, it was
It was really
unbelievable.
crazy.
And it wasn't until the next morning that we realized the damage that happened. I mean,
And
like,
thank God that was
yeah.
a year that we did not bring the kids. I think I
Yeah.
would have been more worried if the kids
Oh,
would
you
Yeah.
would
have been there.
a lot more worried. I bet
Yeah.
you wouldn't have been getting pizza.
No.
'cause- yeah.
You're probably right.
It was
Yeah.
just us, so we were like, eh.
What's the worst that can happen? Leave my kids
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
somebody else. It's
They're
all
fine
good.
with
Just live with
they're
Uncle
fine
Bob.
with
and-
Grammy.
They'll live with Uncle Bob and Gam Gam.
but it was it was wild. So I really do. My heart goes out to everyone. Redskin 007 said ding dong. I don't
Ding
know-
dong.
I don't know what that
That's
means.
good.
Ding dong.
Means
I
he's a
don't
ding
know.
Thank you.
I've been watching
but
that.
Jake. Oh yeah, what is it? The
That
University of-
glow up. No.
What?
Oh,
that
yeah,
makeup
yeah.
show, and that's what the one chick says when it's really good. Ding dong! Like it's
What is this, a
crazy.
new Netflix
it's,
show?
Yeah,
Yeah, it is.
it's
It's horrible.
not new. No, it's a train wreck. But I just
Bad.
do it like it goes in the background while I'm doing computer shit
Oh my
because.
gosh.
But it's funny as hell. It's a makeup artist.
It's good
Okay.
for like mom and stuff.
Okay.
Like it would make us want to blow our brains out.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's the thing.
But
I mean,
anyways, that's
yeah.
just what she says if they do
Sorry.
a really good job.
I usually
Ding
like
dong.
I usually like not makeup shows. I like that Face Off was really cool.
It's
Yeah, yeah.
similar.
Like, yeah.
Similar but different
similar.
because they
But
do
like
both.
James Charles
they
could be
do
the host of it.
sometimes they
Yeah.
do movie
Yeah, yeah,
makeup
yeah.
stuff, but other times it's just like for photo shoots and
Fashion
stuff like
makeup,
that.
yeah.
So yeah,
Gotcha.
So they do
Oh my
everything.
god, dude! One of the persons you showed me this fucking guy. This guy's lips, dude. Because these people get like face
I know,
injections.
I
and
So
know.
you
stuff.
can imagine the people who are these makeup artists.
You're right.
This
and
guy's lips are huge.
this guy, oh my god,
It's
like
enormous.
literally so big that they're.
They're definitely the snapping hot dog.
Yes.
Really?
So
They
it's just
snap.
like
They
that's
have
all
that
you
pop.
see. And the girl from the show literally at one point came up to him and was like, "All right, I got to ask, when's the last time you had your lips done?" And he was like,
This
girl.
morning?
No, he's like, girl. He goes, it's been a long time because
What?
I can't do anymore or they'll burst. That's
Oh,
how
my gosh.
freaking big this guy's lips were.
They look
Like,
fucked.
literally, he can't physically do it anymore or
Well,
they
like,
will
why
explode.
would people? I think like body dysmorphia is really
It's a very
weird
strange thing,
It's
isn't
it?
It's a crazy thing, But Jake Lewis says, "Hey guys, hope your week is good so far. It's been a good week,
Been
right?
great.
I mean, it's been a pretty
great
good
week.
week.
What day
it's,
is it?
I feel you though.
I kept thinking today was Monday.
I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I
This
thought yesterday
taking
was Saturday.
Tuesday off like
Yeah.
really throws me because I just don't know what day
Yeah,
it is.
It's still
like,
getting used to it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So for people that don't know, and you guys won't know if you're watching the vlog because we're seamless. We're still
We're seamless,
Seamless.
baby.
We're seamless.
We're seamless, baby.
No, we're
Just
still
hide
doing
it.
7 vlogs a week, but we are Lori, myself, Jay are taking Tuesdays off now. We're still
Well,
going to have a vlog
it's
on
been
Tuesday.
2 weeks,
Well,
so-
yeah, the last 2 weeks. Yeah, last 2. The whole and that goes. It's really about just about quality.
trying
of
to
life.
get a day off. That's
Yeah, it's
what
about
it's
quality
all
of life. And I was telling Lori literally yesterday, as we're sitting at home, I think this was it had to be at least 7, 8, 9 years since I've had a day off 2 weeks in a row. You know what I mean? Because normally if I have a day off, it's like, all right, well, my next day off is like 3 months from now. You know?
You're right.
So it's like really wild to have it, and I'm anxious to see if we have to keep it going because just for my mental, our
No,
life,
honestly,
everything,
it's not just for whatever. It's just for life. Like
right, but it's all
yeah.
part of life is all part of the mental
Yeah.
journey and everything like that. So anyways, where are we going with this?
One day we'll know what day it is. That's
Yeah,
what
one
we're
day,
talking
yeah.
about.
So what happens now that we have Tuesday off? So I came in. I kept on thinking today was either Sunday or Monday, or
I agree.
I was like,
I had
really
no
like-
idea what day it
yeah, I
was
really
besides the
confused on what
podcast.
day- Yeah, but yeah.
Thursday.
I
Yeah,
guess
every
that's
time
the
I saw
only
the
thing that'll
podcast stuff,
anchor
I was
us
like,
is the podcast.
Yep.
yeah. But I think
I guess
it's,
the point is that it really doesn't matter what day it is.
I agree.
Get
I was
your
just gonna
shit
say that.
done.
Yeah.
yeah.
It's all 24
And that's
hours.
how
Whatever you
it
need to
is.
get done
That's
that
how it
day,
is,
yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, it's 24 hours
Yeah.
that day. Just get it
And I
done.
mean, 7 days a week is. I mean, I've been doing that for so many years that it is weird to have a day off. And don't get me wrong, I think that the first month or two, the day offs were. I mean, we were pretty busy yesterday. There wasn't a lot of downtime. Of,
It wasn't
like,
just
sitting
chilling.
around.
Yeah, it was doing some extra
was,
work.
We were
yeah.
doing stuff, but it was stuff that we chose to do
No,
around the
exactly. Yeah,
house
yeah.
and this and that.
Well, that's the thing,
which
we
is
don't have-
nice
yeah.
because that's the thing. Like, all right, you got the stuff that has to get done no matter what. You have the
Urgent,
stuff
yeah.
that needs to get done, and then you have the stuff you like to do.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know what I mean? We can get some of those other like needs and like to do
Yeah.
things having these days
Yeah.
off.
yeah.
I think
Which
it's-
is
yeah.
nice.
No, it is.
You know,
Well, I think
yeah,
it's,
we hung a picture. Like
We hung a
I'm,
picture.
I'm so happy about that. I
Picture.
sent the picture to Jade. She goes, "Oh, only took 20 years to get a picture on that
It
wall."
happens sometimes. Life flies by, man.
Literally.
8 months? Only 8 months.
We've never had a picture on that wall.
Never
in
have
the
a picture
20
on
years
that
we've
wall.
lived in that
I thought you were
house.
talking
Yeah,
about the
but that-
Mickey
I mean,
Mouse puzzle.
Yeah, but I
Right,
mean,
yeah.
we've never put a picture
yeah,
on that
you're
wall
right.
in all of. Yeah,
Yeah, but I mean, does that wall need a picture?
I guess
yeah,
like in most
it could have
houses,
used.
yeah.
It could have
Really?
used something.
See, I never thought that.
We're
does
not-
that
it was
does
missing.
that light bulb need a chandelier?
Yeah, that's
Probably.
probably
Like
something.
same thing.
Yeah,
Still
that's
doesn't
probably
hit right.
The
You
truth
just get
is-
used to it.
No, yeah, exactly. Just
it.
like the patches and the walls and stuff.
Yeah.
Because I took
Yeah.
a picture of Zeus the other day.
Yeah.
And I was gonna like post it.
And then hit the
but-
hole in the wall.
But yeah, there was just like our wall in the background had
Thicky
so
hole.
many holes. Like there was like
Yeah.
3 holes and just all
Well,
straight.
what
I'm like,
happens is
"Oh,
there's
fuck."
the landing going up and down the stairs. We've like moved so much furniture
Yeah.
in and
Yeah.
out
And
that as you're
dropped.
moving it down, you like accidentally.
Hit it.
So
Yep.
yesterday
Yeah.
I fixed all those holes. I
Yeah, now we're
repatched
good.
all those holes. Well, we're not good yet. I've got to
It has
still
to be
finish
Sand it and
sanded
paint it,
and
yeah.
be
Paint
ready
it and
for
stuff like
paint.
But it's halfway there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, finally we did it because we tried to do like some makeshift patches that just kept
Before.
breaking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so now I did it the right way, where I cut
know
the
what happened?
drywall out and patched
I
it
feel like one
properly.
time a kid kicked it. Like he was like, "Oh, what's this patch? Let me kick it," and he
Yeah,
kicked it.
you know what? I think his name was Noah.
No.
Why would I do that?
Why would you remember?
Because I thought it was like on Thanksgiving.
I remember
or
the first.
something.
How did that one
Maybe I
hole
did, I
that
don't
did
know.
get kicked? I was moving something down the stairs.
Yes,
I thought
you
we
were.
fell.
It was
Yeah.
Fell down
yes,
the
it was
stairs,
some
yeah.
kind of bedroom furniture.
And it
that,
fell down and
yes,
it crushed into the wall.
exactly.
Yeah,
Oh my
and
God.
it busted a hole in my wall. But anyway, so we've been doing
A lot
some
of
stuff
memories
like
in
that.
the house.
Sharon Reeves just says, just sending some love. Thank you, Sharon.
Thanks,
You're always
Sharon.
great.
Shout
Oop,
out
I just
Sharon.
lost one of my super chats here.
I can, if you want, I can read it. I have it up here.
Oh, you have it? No, is it from Hunter or is it?
It's from Jadina.
Okay, why don't you read it?
It
then?
says, question for Noah. Do you think it's a
Yes.
good idea for your dad's new truck to have a Reptarium-themed vinyl wrap with a lift and tires? It will be a huge eye-catching advertisement cruising down the road.
Fuck yeah.
No.
You should get
not
the.
that.
So
No.
okay, so there's a couple
No.
options I'm going to offer you right now.
Oh, okay. Good.
Ford Raptor,
Ooh,
Those are
do
nice.
it, dude.
or
That'd
B, even better,
I don't
even
like
better,
those.
personally, even better, the Dodge T-Rex.
Ooh.
Have you heard of?
Is
have
that what
you
it's
seen the new
called?
T-Rex.
No, I
It's
haven't
called the
seen it.
TRX. TRX.
And they're going up against the Raptor. That's
T-Rex.
cool. I like that.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's
So, dude, and this thing
Can I-
has way more.
Badassery.
It's just way better than the fucking Raptor, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And Dodge is killing the game right now.
Yeah, Dodge.
You
is
could
Dodge
good.
is
pick
killing
any
the game.
kind of
Give me a
truck
fucking
you want.
sponsorship, baby.
But let me tell you, a wrap is a bad idea from the
Yeah,
standpoint
don't get a
of
wrap.
because
I agree, too.
that you're driving
Decal,
around
though.
with the Reptarium. So what if it's one of those days when somebody cuts you off and then you have your road rage and shit like that? Because let me tell you,
That's a fair point.
let
Well,
me
yeah.
tell you, I've had issues where shit has happened and I get out of my car and I got a Reptarium shirt on.
What?
Probably not good.
What?
Well, I wouldn't let you.
What do you mean she's
I
got
know. I wouldn't
issues
let.
where she gets out of her car?
How many times, right?
You do this?
There's been a half a dozen times I've gotten out of my
I'm
car.
just saying shit happens and you
I can
know
see
as
that
well.
neck vein. You're
Yo,
very
I see it
serious,
too.
dude. You're serious. I know.
Well, I wouldn't let
Well,
you
know,
drive it.
didn't we have this
I know.
conversation about Dad and his road rage before?
I
Well,
used
it's
to,
been
but
a lot
it's been
better.
yeah, I don't. Do
It
it
has been
anymore.
better, but we don't want to take a chance
Yeah,
with the
I don't do it
Reptarium.
anymore.
yeah, he
wrap.
hasn't done it in a very long time.
Well, anyways, I do. I
was
think
a
that
child the
I
last
really
time.
do think I would like to get not for me,
happens
but
weekly
eventually
for
I'd
me.
like to get a Reptarium vehicle for like
Yeah,
doing
for the
shows.
Reptarium.
I
No,
think
for
no,
sure.
that's a good idea.
Just
That
not
way, when
your
you pull up to a
everyday.
school,
It
or
looks
you pull up-
official.
yeah.
Yeah, like a
Yeah,
grand
but-
caravan.
And then the
like that.
advertisement could be parked out in the thing. But
Oh, for
I'm not
sure.
going to drive it around
Yeah.
like home and
No.
stuff like
No.
that.
No.
Yeah,
Not
for
to
the
mention,
zoo
we're
to
already,
use,
you
for
know,
all
our
that.
neighbors already think that we're weird. You know, like if I'm like parking with a
Giant
wrap with-
reptile.
giant wrap.
Nobody
But
cares.
I would like to maybe this summer, coming up summer, I've thought about getting like some sort of a van,
Work
or
van type
something
thing, yeah.
that can be wrapped that is you know, just so when you pull up to parties or whatever, it'd be cool.
Yeah.
No, I
So-
agree.
But it would have to have a cool name. Like, it's the Reptarium van.
Reptarium
so
Raptor.
The
It
doesn't have-
Reptivan.
Yeah.
The
I
Reptivan.
don't
That's
think you
not
need.
cool.
I don't think you need to
Wait,
name the
we
We could
van.
just call it the van. But
Welcome to the
Right.
Reptivan at the
How about it
Reptarium.
just has
Yeah.
Reptarium on it?
Yeah, it doesn't need to have a name. I don't
Reptarium
think.
van.
What-
I have Gino Gambino next. You see him?
yeah, I don't. Go ahead.
Gino says LSD and reptiles are unique. Thanks for that. I appreciate
Wow,
it.
that's interesting.
Don't know where it comes
So, have you?
Oh, I
did
see
you?
this LSD
Did
and
you
reptiles are unique,
experiment with that when you were
With
young?
LSD?
Well, and reptiles at the same time.
Never. No.
No? Okay.
No, I've always been. To be honest with
I
you,
know, I
I've
was just
always
looking at her
been
too.
really. What is she doing?
She's dipping her head in the
in
water.
the water. She'll go in the water in a minute. I've always been one that has felt you don't mix alcohol or drugs
Substances
in
with-
animals.
With animals,
That's a good-
yeah.
I agree.
That's a
You know,
good,
I just think
motto.
I've always whenever I mean
I
I
agree.
haven't obviously I
Same
haven't
with
done
children.
drugs since I was young.
Just
but
don't do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't do LSD and hang out with your nephew. Like
No.
that bad
No.
idea.
Yeah. So I've always, even when I was younger and partying and had reptiles, I never handled reptiles when I was partying. Ever.
So when you were young like that, what reptiles did you have? Like, was it just like a corn snake?
well,
or
no,
was
I
it
mean
like-
I didn't get my
boa?
first reptile till I was 15. You know, like a real reptile. Other than that,
Yeah.
I used to catch garter snakes and all that type of stuff.
Like
but
when
it was
you-
a Burmese python was the
Burm.
first one, and then
so
I always
crazy.
had burms and corns and rat snakes and.
What about
and,
your boa?
Yeah, I had a
And a
boa.
boa.
Yeah, I had a boa. I had a couple
So you
boas.
started off pretty big.
Yeah, I started out with big snakes and small snakes. I mean, I started
that's
out
true.
with everything really.
You have to think though, back in that day, what was also available?
Yeah, there wasn't
Because-
nearly the stuff
exactly.
available that there is now. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
I
the
mean,
kind
ball
of stuff
pythons
you,
weren't coming in
they're-
really at that time, right?
No, it was all wild caught
No,
adult
yeah.
ball pythons
And no one really
that
worked with
didn't
them.
do well at
Yeah.
all. I mean, they 99% of them wouldn't eat and die. As a matter of fact, I did buy a ball python that a local reptile shop here,
Had.
not too far from here, actually, ironically enough, they hatched it. They just had brought in a wild caught female that laid eggs, and they hatched 2 baby ball pythons, and that was my first ball python I actually kept that
Oh.
lived and
Wasn't
thrived.
that you had
was
one,
Axel.
and then
April had one.
had the other one?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So that was Axel. That one was, and that lived for 20-something years.
Like Axl Rose.
Yeah, it was Guns N' Roses. time.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Of course.
It was early Guns N' Roses, so it was named it Axel, and
That's
it lived
awesome.
for 20-something years.
Wow.
That's cool.
Okay, we got Pat next.
Pat's next.
Okay, Pat says since Samboa's main You read this, Jay.
I got you.
I'm having.
I already read
problem.
it,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it's a hard one anyway. But Pat says, Brian, since Samboas mainly live underground, would you consider having an enclosure made where visitors can see them in their environment? Which isn't a bad idea, but
You couldn't do it though. It's
No?
impossible because you
just will never see it.
Well, I mean, you would have to build an environment that. So they don't go like to the bottom of the sand.
They stay in the
just
middle.
bury in the middle. So there's
Are you
no
talking
way.
sand
Yeah,
boas?
there's no way
Yeah.
you could.
If y'all look right now, you can see Ivy, and she just
she's
popped her
back
head up.
over it.
That's so cute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
They're the ultimate hiders.
yeah, so I mean, I wish
Yeah.
we could, but there's just no option to do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's no way you could build an enclosure that a sand boa could be seen. It would always hide. It would always be
I
in the
get you, I
middle.
get you.
There's just no way to go
Unless,
about
like,
it,
you-
unfortunately.
yeah, no.
Yeah, so unfortunately, I mean, I wish I could, Pat, because I love sand boas. I think they're super dope. I've thought about having them here at the Reptarium, but again, it's this really tricky thing at the Reptarium, right? It's like you have to have cool animals, but you also have to be able to see them.
This would
There's
be
no-
awesome.
What's that?
Could be a great medium, actually.
What's that?
Maybe you could have some sort of interactive cage. Since it is a sand boa,
So you stick your hand in and get bit?
exactly. Find the sand boa.
No,
Find the
It'll
sand
find you.
boa.
It would find you and it'd bit
yeah,
the
it
shit
would
out of you.
find
No, because it would bite you.
18 over, sign.
No.
No.
Do you want to
18 over, sign.
No, we try
you
not
want
to
to?
get people bit.
Yeah, 'cause
and
this
that's
is the
what I was
problem.
going to say. Honestly, in all of our years, I don't know that we've ever had a sand boa that is 100% like
Yeah, no.
that you could know you would never get
No,
bit
you
because
couldn't.
they're just
Yeah.
not
And this
built
is the
that
thing, like
way.
with
Yeah.
the biting thing here at the Reptarium, even if it was a disclaimer or anything like that, it's
Oh,
like
yeah.
we get people that come in and are like, hey, can I get bit by Lucky? Or can I do this? And this is what I always say.
Sorry.
It's like, I can't have social media with someone getting bit, even
Right.
if you want to, because it goes against our brand.
Exactly.
You know, even if it was like,
Yeah,
oh, but that
sorry.
guy wanted to get bit.
No.
It
It
doesn't
doesn't-
matter.
doesn't
It's
matter.
still someone getting bit at
Yep.
the Reptarium, and that's not
Yeah,
something
because
we want.
and that's what we tell because a lot of people come in and
Yeah,
they have
'cause I
no
fucked it up
they have no
forever.
knowledge and they're like, oh my god,
make
is this
videos like that,
safe? Am
bro.
I going to get bit? Is it And
Yeah.
it's like we tell them no, if it's out 100%, you're not going to.
Yeah, we
but
don't
then what
take-
if they see on social media somebody getting bit? Like, oh well, I thought you said.
yeah, you said that. Yeah,
No,
yeah,
that's a
yeah,
good point.
yeah.
I didn't even think of it
because
like that.
because
Yeah.
people will not explain
Right.
every
Oh,
time
you
they
know as
see
well.
something.
It's the whole news. It's social media. Like, just cut.
You just
and
cut the
paste
piece
it,
you
make
like,
it
yeah.
whatever what you
Yeah,
want.
look what
yeah.
happens at the Reptarium.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah, yeah.
And we got.
I remember this one time you were talking about cutting and pasting and making them say whatever you want. I remember this one time I made a video with Eric, and I just
What did you make him
randomly, I just cut a clip together and I made him say, "I love Mexicans," and then it just was like nothing happened. It was just random in the
remember that.
video. I love Mexicans. It was the funniest
good.
shit ever.
Good.
See,
But-
exactly. Now you know.
But like that's what the fucking news media will do.
Oh, they
yeah.
do all the time.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
just
that's
like-
why you got to be
Yep.
so careful with everything. You know, it does stink in a way. I mean, I think that we've just kind of. I mean, we've made plenty of mistakes online. You know,
That's how we learn.
But that's how we've learned. And now, like Jay has talked about it before. Like I'll sometimes say something that is completely benign. You know what I mean? Like what was an example the other day? I said that like do you remember I said something and literally I'll stop myself mid sentence.
I can't think of one off the top of my
Yeah.
head, but say if you were feeding and you were like, "Oh, she took it real good."
Yeah, exactly. Like,
know what I mean?
yeah, then I'll literally switch it up,
Yeah.
and say something different because I know someone might take that out of context and try to make it whatever.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, there are times where I laugh when you just hear me like grunting or owning.
Oh,
Or,
yeah.
that's
Oh,
so
look at
good.
that.
Oh,
Yeah.
look at that.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know,
Believe me, I
but
know.
it's not. But you know what I mean.
I know.
Like you have to be so careful with social media these days. And
you're not wrong.
Dude, you know what's gonna be fucked? It's gonna be very fucky when deep fakes
Oh,
are
dude,
just like so good.
dude, because it's
'Cause-
getting close
Yeah, it's
already.
already-
By the way, there's deep fake commercials, dude.
Yeah, there's
Talking
one-
about-
yeah,
Fucking
yeah.
Hulu
Yeah,
has
Hulu
deep
has a
fake
deepfake
commercials
commercial, yeah.
where they
Oh, dude,
are.
we got 5 years left.
dude,
at the.
they are using paid actors, right?
To do the
and
body.
then deep faking professional sports athletes' faces over their body on
Yeah.
these commercials.
I don't know what
Yeah.
you're talking about. Explain.
So
I
deep
can't
fake
be
is
the
like,
only
so
one.
deep
I know.
fake is
We-
deep
I
fake
just had
is
to explain it
basically a CGI of like they would take your face and they would put it on something else, but then through software you
Yep.
have you do anything. Like you could be, I mean, there's like sex tapes out of like,
Yeah.
celebrities that aren't real.
Okay, so
you know,
that's what
and,
they
and
call
it
that?
looks almost perfect.
But
Yeah.
like I said, there's legitimately TV
Yeah,
commercials.
we saw. Yeah, Laura.
That's crazy,
Noah and I
dude.
saw
with
Hulu
this.
did one. Yeah,
It might have
Hulu
been.
did
I
one.
think it was Hulu.
So what
Yeah,
they have
Hulu
to
did
do
it, yeah.
typically is they take like a software program and you would take like thousands of hours of footage of like say the guys from The Office. There's so much footage of Michael,
Yeah.
and then it would use an algorithm,
yeah.
use their face,
To
and
know
you put
how
it on
their face
anyone's
moves.
face.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
weird.
it's pretty
I mean,
and,
it makes
and everyone
sense.
knows there's thousands of hours of my footage. So
Yeah, and you think
know,
like
could
when
have
does that get
anything.
weaponized in the sense of like politically, right? Like where Joe
Sure.
Well, I
Joe
think
Biden
what'll
makes
end
Trump
up
say
happening, yeah.
something.
Well,
or
what,
Dude,
I
well,
think,
yeah.
yeah. Well, I think what's going to happen in the future is just like in a way maybe it'll be a good thing because people won't believe anything they see.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I agree.
Which is
No.
kind of the case now.
No.
You know,
You,
I mean,
you can't fix stupid.
well,
There's
yeah.
always-
I said that 3 times yesterday.
It's been this way in America. It's been this way. I mean, it's probably since my recollection. It's been from the 50s. You know what I mean? Like, there's been fake news and
Yeah.
pumping of
Well,
the gas.
Honestly, I feel like forever.
over-dramatizing.
That's always been
Well,
there.
yeah, well,
as
I mean,
soon
yeah,
as stuff
the news
was out
media
there,
has always
people,
had a
yep.
narrative. You know, I mean, I don't think like
That's
maybe
why-
the very early news days they might have been like printing like real facts. But then it's you got to
And people take
remember
advantage. Crooked people
that
get in there,
in a
sure.
way it's good, in a way it's bad. We don't have state news, right? So all news is for profit. Every news, whether it's the newspaper or whatever, it's for profit. And so how do you get profit? You get profit by making people watch, listen, read, whatever the
And
case
see
may
commercials.
be. And if it isn't sensational, and as time has gone
Yeah,
on, it's become
sensationalism.
more sensational, more sensational, more sensational. And that's just the reality. It's unfortunate that there's no. I mean, it used to be like people thought the news had credibility, and then there was the National Enquirer, right? And that was like the rag that like everyone was like, oh well, that's just fake news.
up.
Yeah.
Now the real news is just as sensational as the National Enquirer,
If not more.
if
Pretty
not
much,
more, and it's
yeah.
every day, and you have narratives from whether it's CNN, MSNBC,
One of my
or
favorites.
Fox News.
One of my favorites of sensationalism, like examples of sensationalism, is Lenny Bruce back in the 60s, I believe. He did it. He had papers from the early 50s, and that's why I said the early 50s because I remember this. And he brings them out. It's about a bank robbery, right?
Okay.
And the first paper he brings out, all posted in the same day. He has 5 different papers. First paper, bank robbed for $90,000.
Yep.
Next one, $120,000. Next one, $150,000. Next one, $225,000. Last one, $300,000. But the
Nice.
point is, the next day, everyone was okay. It's 90.
Right.
It is 90.
Yeah, but no one reads the retractions.
But during
yeah.
the day, they saw these
More
news
and
clippings,
more
and they're like,
more.
"Oh,
They're like, whoa.
that's a story. How can we get ours to sell more than theirs?
Yeah.
Up
More
the number,
money, right?
up the number." And sensationalism.
Yeah.
And-
Well, and that's what news does. But regardless, I mean, I think that that's why I haven't watched news because of Corona. I haven't watched news since probably the end of March.
Yeah, it's-
something like that. I haven't watched
And
not
who-
1 minute of news.
Yeah.
I don't watch any channel. I don't know. That's
How
why.
can you
That's
trust?
why I was a little bit. The only thing I did the other day, I turned on the Weather Channel because I wanted to see what was going on with the hurricanes, and but I haven't again since. So I knew the hurricanes were coming, but
yeah.
But,
that's like the Weather Channel and stuff.
Yeah.
I'll pop on that quick. TW.
Yeah, but that's not
Weather
really
Channel
news,
hater.
But yeah, the other news, like
See,
I don't
there's
know what's going on with the
tornadoes.
election. I don't care what's going on with
want
the
Nope.
election. I stay away from the news, and I definitely don't want to know what's going on with Corona because I
Nope.
think that's a bunch. 90% of what's being said is not true there too. So
Yeah, I agree.
So anyways, TMAC just says what you guys are
T-Mac.
talking about is
What's
the
good?
flow state. Search
That's what
it
we were
up.
talking
So
about
that's what
before.
you guys
Flow
were talking
state.
about, the flow state. So
Exactly.
and he
Good
said,
place to be.
glad that made it here on time. So
Man,
good. I'm
flow
glad that you're here.
state.
Kelly says, "Hey everyone, just got my first banana ball python. He's doing very well. Also, Noah, love your vids.
Thank
the
you.
Pink My Pen series is good. So thank you so
Appreciate
much,
you.
Kelly.
Much love,
Jake
Kelly.
says, I try and edit my own video games." And add goofy sounds and brief clips into them. Problem is,
did
my
that
video
back then.
tends
I
to
did.
be an hour long or so. So yeah,
You'll
you
learn.
definitely, you definitely want to get
Trim
those
the
down a
fat,
little bit.
baby.
Trim the fat.
Trim the fat.
Trim the fat. Keep
Yeah.
trimming the fat. You'll learn how to
So
trim the fat.
when you did that,
Keep trimming
how
the fat.
long would you make your videos when you were doing that?
My God. I
2
started making-
hours?
I started. No, yeah. Like when I started making
That's like live
videos
streaming
when I
though,
was.
right?
No, this was when I was in middle school.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I like you guys got me one of those boxes.
recorders.
Yeah, exactly. I'm
yeah.
blanking on the name. There's a name.
I remember
that
it, though.
Everyone remembers.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like this little silver box. But
Yep.
the point is that we record those and just try to make little shitty videos. And truthfully, I'm proud of myself for back then because I got a few hundred subscribers.
You did.
I had a few videos.
Macho Tacos TV.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, no way.
I had a few videos with thousands of views.
Oh, that's cool.
I mean, I was like,
Didn't you have some
8.
crazy kill shot
Not-
in one? Because I know
Yeah.
you went crazy about it.
like I mean, at the time I was just
360 no scope. bro?
exactly. I hit like a trick shot. Exactly.
yeah.
Dude. And it was on Black Ops 2.
Oh, that's the
And-
best one to get.
And I was just like hyped, dude. It was fucking sick.
You know what, Aaron, our trainer, I didn't know anything about this. Maybe you do. Aaron, our trainer, said something like, I think it was Call of Duty or something like
Okay.
that, how they used to like act out movie scenes or something like that.
Okay.
Have you ever
Well,
heard about this?
Elaborate more. What
They like you'd be playing the game, but instead of fighting, you would like
Instead of
act
fighting.
out like a movie scene, and then they would overlay like the actual lines from the movies into this. I don't
Huh.
know. I don't
I
know.
don't know if
anything.
that
He
was
said
Call
he's-
of Duty.
It might not have been Call of Duty. It might have been something before then. But he said it
he
was
plays
early
a lot
on.
of different video games.
I know.
So.
He
But
does
he said
play
it
a
was
lot
like
more
20
different
years
games
old,
than I do.
15, 20 years ago though. So
Yeah.
it was a long
Okay.
time.
That could be Call of Duty.
So-
That also could be GTA or something like that.
No,
It
it wasn't
could have been-
GTA. Definitely
Maybe,
wasn't GTA.
I don't know.
Mortal
So
But
Kombat.
anyways, I
He
just thought it
plays
was
a
interesting
lot.
because he said it was like a popular thing that these people would like. Everyone would get online and do this thing,
Okay.
and then they would all act out like the characters, and then
Oh,
each-
wait. I think
Like
I know
a
what you're
role
talking about.
play
Like, do you
kinda
remember?
thing?
You ever see the Halo Red vs. Blue?
Halo. That's
He
what it
plays
was.
Red vs.
Halo.
Blue. That's
It
what
was-
it
yeah,
is.
it was Halo.
I know what you're
Okay,
talking about.
yeah,
Yeah,
Halo.
Where they would
Yeah.
make you
Yeah.
almost make a movie with everyone's characters and you record
Yes.
the DVR. Yes,
Yeah.
I
Dude,
do know what
Red
you're talking
vs.
about now.
Blue, man.
Hell yeah, that was the jam back
Man,
in the
we
day.
would
dude.
watch that shit all the time. Wow. Who would have known?
There you go. I didn't know anything about
Rooster
it. But
Teeth, yeah. Rooster Teeth, and then we actually know some of the people from there.
yeah,
Don't you know Gavin?
a little bit, not tons. Yeah.
Well, not like
yeah.
directly, but
You know of him.
we're like
Associated.
we have little chains hanging
Yeah.
down that will
Yeah,
hit
most
each
of
other.
yeah, most
What
of
is
those
it?
guys, yeah.
The,
You know what I
the
mean? Like-
seven,
the
Degrees.
links.
Oh yeah,
seven degrees.
Seven
Yeah, the
degrees
links
of
are
Kevin
always
Bacon.
within. Yeah, right.
The links are close.
7 degrees of Kevin Bacon.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's-
Kevin Bacon, not a bad guy to know.
Yeah,
I'm sure
7
he could
degrees.
get you.
I'm not sure.
on a
Let me
roll.
think about this. All right, let's think this through.
Dude, for you,
All right,
it's like
so
2
no,
degrees
no,
between
no,
anybody.
okay,
Kevin
so-
Bacon?
Yeah, so Kevin Bacon.
Okay,
so,
okay.
So I know David
I like
Dobrik.
bacon.
David Dobrik.
David Dobrik did stuff with Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart. Who did Kevin Hart do something with that would have been in a
Everything?
movie
Everybody?
with Kevin Bacon? There's got to be like that.
Dude,
that
yeah,
would
that's
be
what I
that
mean.
would that would be the. I think it would be
Yeah.
4
If
degrees.
you start
yeah,
with
4
David
degrees.
Dobrik, it's one away.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what I'm
it's like,
saying.
right.
Dave,
Oh,
like,
David
dude,
Dobrik,
Greg,
one
Greg.
away.
You
Yeah,
can go
yeah.
Greg
Yeah.
him. I guarantee
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Greg, Kevin Bacon.
Yeah.
Pretty
Look
much
at, and
no
then you got
matter
like
what.
Logan
You
Paul.
can get a little
you know,
Kevin
whatever, yeah.
Bacon action.
Look at Ivy
I
behind
know.
you.
I'm
She's
like, what is
coming
she
out.
doing? That's
She's
crazy.
she wants to be on the podcast.
Right.
Yeah, she was flipping.
What do you got to say, girl?
The bigger she gets, like the stronger she gets.
I know.
The more,
She's so strong.
I always love when people walk by.
I don't know. It's just like the weirder
Everyone walks
she
by.
looks.
Like
I don't fucking
up
know.
here, like you can see the windows to the outside. Like people walk by, like literally instead of walking on the sidewalk, they come to the Reptarium sidewalk
To look
just
in
so
the
they can
windows.
look in the windows as they come. I think
Yeah,
it's
That's
I
the
think it's
best
awesome.
part.
They
That's
come
awesome.
in the morning, like I'll be setting up egg cutting, and I'll see usually the same 2 or 3 people that'll come by, look at Matilda,
Check
look
on-
at the rhino iguanas. It's really cute.
Check
Yeah, I
on
love
Diddy.
it. Check
How you
on
guys
Diddy.
doing?
Diddy. Hunter says, Brian, you inspire me to breed my Brooks king snakes. I have a question. Some have yet to eat their first meal, and I've tried everything frozen, live, different scents, deli cups. Ooh, that's tough. It's tough if you've tried live frozen scents and deli cups because those are really. I
That's
mean,
your
it's very.
main thing.
Brooks Kings
You can
always
try.
eat though. I mean, what
yeah,
else? You know.
I mean, you could try like cutting a
yeah,
pinky
split
in
heads.
half.
Yeah, not
Do
live,
like that.
obviously. A frozen.
Thank you for that
split head.
disclaimer.
Yeah, frozen split
Jesus.
head is something
Needs to be
that does
live.
work.
The pheromones
No.
they trigger.
And then sometimes some king snakes like other
Yeah, like scents of
snakes
snakes, yeah.
scented.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
Sardinias.
yeah.
Am I Roberta right now? I'm just trying
Let
to.
me see.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I see Lauren is my first one, but
okay,
you
why
can.
don't you go because I might have went out of whack there.
Okay, Lauren says, looking forward to our private tour with Brian. Love you guys. See you in September.
Oh, in September.
September.
Laura, I hate to tell you, I'm going to be gone in September.
All of September.
Also-
Yeah,
All of
that might have been
September.
one I booked today. I don't know.
Okay, no, I'm joking. I always that's the ongoing joke is that I'm
you're
never
never
here.
here.
I'm never here.
I'm never here when people are here.
Sorry, if you got a tour with me, guess what? You got that cardboard cutout.
Yes.
Just walk
We
around
actually
with it.
do.
Yes,
Yeah,
I do.
perfect.
I've got a Brian suit that Morgan wears.
Yeah, yeah.
Give someone VR
gosh.
goggles, and then we can deep fake your face on someone
Deep
else.
fake into
Deep
somebody
fake.
else. So- No, but I do look forward to seeing you. That'll be dope. We'll have
Thank
a
you
good
so
time.
much.
We'll have a great time.
I'll see you. I'll see you too.
Noah won't be here.
No, definitely
Don't
won't be here.
definitely.
Don't
won't.
never
What
be.
happened?
Don't hold your breath.
So even my buddy Scott was here last week.
Nobody
and,
fucking
and,
told me.
And he's like,
With
"Where's
gifts
Noah?" With
for
gifts
Noah.
with Noah.
Yeah.
Nobody
uh,
told
And
me.
he's like, "Where's Noah?"
Not
I'm
even
like, "No,
Scott
no."
told me that he was
And
coming.
of course, Smallwood was in.
Tiffany.
Tiffany Smallwood was
Smallwood.
in.
Really?
And you
I
just
She's
missed
the
Tiff?
one.
Tiff.
You
She's
missed
the one who
Tiffany
brought those
Smallwood.
water bottles. You grabbed one.
Oh my
Thanks,
God,
Tiffany.
thank you.
So if
Tiff.
Tiffany's in on tonight, thank you for coming, Tiffany. It was great to meet you.
Yeah,
Sorry you couldn't meet
I like
us.
putting the
Missed.
face to the name because
Yeah.
that's the thing. I don't know about
Did you meet her?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah,
I
she's
checked
super
her
nice.
in,
Yeah,
got
she's
to
small?
meet her. She's
how,
average.
how big was her wood?
She's.
She didn't have.
Small.
I did not.
most
I did
likely.
not see her wood, but she's of average height.
She brought me some
Medium
buys.
wood.
She brought me
She
some
brought
buys,
me
so-
some wine.
So I was.
Oh, so
So-
she's on team. She's
Hell
on team
yeah.
She's
forever.
good. Yeah, she's
Team
good.
buy.
Yeah.
Yep, love you.
Jake Lewis says, "Call it the Repty roller for your
The
for your
Oh my
Repty
God,
fan."
Repty roller.
I like that.
All
one.
right, Jake, you
Jeez.
shouldn't have wasted the money.
Yeah.
Jimmy says,
Repty roller.
Come up with another one real quick. Let's see what you got next.
Yeah, good enough.
that one was okay, but let's see what else you got.
Keep it coming.
Jimmy says, "Can't wait till Saturday. I'm so pumped." I'm guessing he's coming here Saturday.
All right.
Oh man,
That's
Jimmy.
Hey, I'll
I
see you
hate
there,
to break it
Jimmy.
to you, bud.
All right, Jimmy.
Bad
Maybe I'll see you
news.
Saturday.
Bad news, Jimmy.
You won't see Noah.
We're closed that day.
We're closed down, man. Renovations.
Nah, we'll be here. We are closed on Labor Day, no?
That's a Monday.
Oh, it's a Monday. So yeah.
So yeah, we're
But
good.
yes, we are closed.
Well,
I'm gonna
But
try to buy some tires on Labor Day.
I know. Did you get my email I sent you?
No, I actually didn't. You sent
Check
me
Is it about tires?
Yeah, they're
Oh, damn.
Labor Day sale. Yeah, I said
Supposedly, I know a guy that knows a guy that can get me
All right.
tires
On the
from
low?
from a guy that.
It's
You know
7
what I'm
degrees.
saying?
Is it Kevin
Check-
Bacon?
No, it's actually Vin Diesel.
Vin
Nice,
Diesel?
nice.
Yeah, he
Vin
can.
Diesel.
Fast and
Makes sense.
Look for
Furious.
Diesel
my
cars. That
email.
makes
Yeah,
sense. Yeah.
Fast and Furious. He's probably
Yeah,
got a
exactly.
lot going on with that.
prop
yeah.
tires. Yeah, that
There
makes
you
sense.
go.
That's good.
Well,
Okay, good.
Next is Rebecca
real?
King. She says, "Love you
here we go.
guys and doing the podcast in the middle of the Reptarium. I just got back from the Reptile Gardens in South Dakota."
You know, I was
Oh.
talking with Desiree
Oh.
a couple days ago, and you know that's her hometown,
Right,
and she's
Dakota,
good
yeah.
friends with Terry Phillips, who runs the Reptile Gardens.
Okay.
And
Oh, that's cool.
So
Yeah, we've never been. Right?
yeah, it's one of only 2 states I haven't been to. Is South Dakota.
In Alaska,
In
right?
Alaska, yeah, Alaska
hit
and South
both.
Dakota.
There's
So
a lot of states I haven't been to.
well, let's get that RV.
Let's get this van.
We'll
Let's
start
get this
at May-
Repty
we'll
roller
start-
going, dude.
We'll start in May.
Get the fucking
I shouldn't
Repty
have- I
roller.
shouldn't have-
Shouldn't have said it.
The Repty roller.
Maybe we should get like the wiener.
If we do,
Yes, I do.
that RV,
The wiener
we're
car. Should we
Totally
get, like,
putting
a lizard or
sticker on
something?
Yeah,
it
we should get like
calling
a
it the
bearded
Repty
dragon
roller.
car. We should get a
Or
bearded
frilled.
dragon car. Yeah,
Like-
no, too much air
Too
drag.
much stuff,
Lick
too much
it,
drag.
lick
I
it.
agree.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Like Dumb and Dumber with the dog with the
Oh,
floppy ears, but it's a
God.
bearded
And
dragon.
you know what?
Yeah.
That's pretty much what our trip will be. Exactly.
The Repty roller.
Reptile roller.
And
I
it's just like
it.
you got the bearded dragon
With
legs.
the big
over
tongue
the-
hanging out.
No, I think it's a good idea.
That's a great
That's
idea.
a really good
I'm
idea.
I'm
Ready
gonna
to-
sit out this you two guys.
No,
do.
no, we gotta hit all
It's your
50 states.
idea. This was your idea. You're coming.
Yeah, you're
No,
you're
it's
driving.
his idea.
I don't know.
All
Run
50
the tape
states.
back.
All 50 states. Let's do it. We're gonna
Let's
start
get
in
rid of
May.
the middle ones, though. There's a lot there that's not necessary to hit. You know what I'm
No,
saying?
they're all good, man. They're all good. They all have corn.
No,
in
yeah,
the
most
middle.
of them have corn. That's for sure.
Lots of corn in the middle.
Potterhead says $5 for Lori's wine fund. Cheers
Oh,
to
thank
all
you.
her haters. Loving the
Yeah.
Pimp My Pen series, Noah. Great
Thank you,
job,
Potter.
Brian. I send positive vibes your way daily. Much
Oh
love.
man, thank you so
Wow,
much, man. Thank you
We send you-
seriously.
Thanks.
We send.
Yeah.
And I
thank
need
you
all
vibes
those
back to
positive
you.
vibes. You know, like I said, things are getting better, but it's a transition.
I
And
like
you're-
it.
It's a transition that takes time.
Potterhead, I'll never forget you and your family because you're one of your relatives' boobs is forever imprinted in my mind.
Wait, let me hear more about this.
Potterhead?
Yeah, I
is
wanna hear
from
more about-
Minnesota, and that was
Right.
the family that came that was breastfeeding.
Oh,
And I didn't know about this. This is
The
good.
nipple-
Bruce
Bruce saw it too.
God.
Oh,
the
you got
breastfeeder.
nip slip?
Yeah. I'm not.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is,
the one day
I saw your
finally
friend's boob or whatever.
get
so
Noah
that was,
to work the Reptarium.
yeah,
And
one
now-
day I
yeah,
worked the
exactly.
Reptarium. There's just tits out. I'm like, damn, maybe I should start
No,
working
that
more.
happens that happens every day.
Yeah, you just missed out. Dude.
Yeah, no, that's part of it.
That's part of it.
Hey, Mom,
Yeah,
I
from-
think I'm gonna have to start working
I
the
know.
gift shop more.
I can't.
no,
Yeah, now I do
seriously.
remember. I look over and I see that, and then she's literally standing right in front of the
I know,
counter
just
where
with the-
Noah's standing. I was just like,
I'm like,
Hitter, dude.
I'm like, I'll give you a fucking hoodie right now. Fucking
just
take
please
it.
just walk away.
No, yeah. For those of you guys
This
that don't
is so
know, from 8 to 9 on Saturday, it's topless.
Topless hour.
Topless hour.
No, it's
At the
not.
top, yeah.
And I swear to God, if any of you buy tickets thinking it is,
It's just gonna be a
I
bunch
will
of like
kick your ass
25-year-old guys.
Yeah, my lips are out, dude. You said I get free
it's all,
admission.
it's all
Those high school
sold out
kids
for
that come by
guys,
all the
right?
time.
It's all sold out for guys. It's a sausage party from 8 to 9.
They all got their shirts off. Just one girl in the corners. Like,
What's up, babe?
Oh, it's going
they're like
on.
doing the bearded dragon thing.
Oh, dude, you know they're doing the fucking iguana dance, dude.
They're bobbing.
Yep. No, it's good. I think we have a new
Brian,
kinda way to-
wait a second.
yeah.
Didn't we learn our lesson with you saying shit that's not true?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
There's gonna be a bunch of naked guys showing up.
Oh, so many,
2
dude.
weeks
Within
ago,
45 minutes, we're gonna have one.
when
Oh, dude.
the kid shows up with his bathing suit.
Oh, yeah.
Because the week before you told him, next time you come, bro, you
Take
can
your nipples
swim.
out."
You can swim with Ivy.
That's okay.
So I checked them in the next weekend, and Mom's like, "Oh
Yeah.
yeah, we got his bathing suit." I'm like, "What?" He's like, "Oh yeah, that Brian guy said he could swim in that one
Yeah.
tank with the
Yeah, I
snake," and
know,
I'm
we
like,
did talk
"What the
about
hell are you talking about?"
No.
And guess what?
It's all right. I would have let him swim.
I know you would have.
Yeah,
I
but
know.
it's not okay because that's not something we do.
It is.
Well,
So
there's
stop
nothing
saying
that
charge
shit.
more for it.
There's
There's
no
nothing that we
topless
can't do.
Tuesday or whatever the fuck you just
Well, it
said.
wouldn't be a
No,
That's not-
It would be a Tuesday. Although that's not a bad idea.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, get
That'd
you
be
through
an
the
extra-
week a little bit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, hump
It
day.
is
dude.
my day off. It is my day off.
Come in,
so
see
come
how
in
it
for a topless Tuesday.
Yeah.
You might be onto something.
And this
Yeah.
is why I'm crabby. This
Why
is exactly
crabby?
why.
Is that
Because
why?
you say
it?
crazy shit and drive me crazy.
It's not the only
It's
reason.
one of the
I'm waiting
reasons.
for Ivy to blast that window while we're sitting here
Is
watching.
she just like
That's
Her
what
tail's
ass
right
fly-
there, dude. That's all I
Oh,
can
no,
think
no,
of.
No,
she's-
they're good, right,
they
Bruce?
already
because
crushed-
they
yeah.
already pretty much destroyed
yeah,
the
that is
whole
true.
cage.
Bruce did crush it.
Yeah.
He
before.
spent the majority of today cleaning that cage.
Yeah, I know.
It was a lot.
Well,
It
that's the
was a
problem with
lot.
anacondas are really weird. Like every snake, when you feed
They're
it,
really
it poops.
weird. Yeah, they poop when you feed
But
them.
more than you
But
think.
more than they do. Yeah, they are like they really, but they don't poop like
poo poo
a lot of poop. They urate like crazy.
and pee a
Yeah,
lot.
pee
Like
and
almost.
urate. Like they.
No,
It's
there
Do you
was
just-
a-
think it has
there
something to do
was
with them
a
being in
lot-
the water?
There was a lot of poop
Yeah.
because it smelled really bad.
It smelled
Yeah.
bad.
But
It
for
did smell
that
bad.
for that like bit of poop, she probably laid 5 times that in like urates almost.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
and the
that's
thing
what's
is,
weird.
do you
Well,
think it has to do
probably
with them being in
because
the water?
I was just gonna say they drink so much water.
I wonder.
Think about it.
I
Like
wonder. I
us,
don't know.
when you drink a lot of water, you pee a lot.
That's science.
She's in the water
That's
all the
science.
time. Yeah,
That's
literally science.
Didn't know we were
I
going to
met
learn so
someone-
much on this channel.
I
Speaking
met
of
someone
learning,
that died. I met someone that died the other
See?
day
Yeah, you were just telling
from
me
not
that.
drinking enough water.
Yeah, I've heard.
They died from dehydration.
So you met them and they died?
No, so I met
So
them.
dead?
Sounds sketchy, dude.
They
That
wa-
sounds weird.
yeah, I feel like
all
you're gonna
right.
catch
They
a
got
case.
brought back to life
I'll
because
just
they
ex-
shot him with some
Yeah,
water.
I'm
explain
gonna
it.
explain it super fast.
Okay.
I'm at
Do
the
it.
chiropractor, waiting. Old ass lady comes fucking basically crawling through the door, right? I'm like, damn, you're looking bad. Point is, I'm on. So I get put in my room.
Because she died.
Yeah, exactly. I'm getting my back adjusted. She starts talking. I dived this past weekend and it came back. I was a little dehydrated. They said I had my AFib, blah, blah, blah. It just starts going on. and
Wow,
on.
that's
And I'm
crazy.
just like, what the fuck? Like, she literally didn't drink enough water, so she just, like, died.
You want? Yeah, that's.
Yeah, you got to be hella
Yeah,
dehydrated.
that can
for
happen.
Yeah.
It can happen, especially
yeah.
when you're older.
Well, I think
Yeah,
that
she was
you could-
very old.
Yeah, I think you
Very
can only
old.
go 3
Clearly.
days without water
That's
before
true.
you die.
Yeah,
so, I
you
mean,
can go
it's
about
not
a month
very-
without food, but you
Yeah,
can
but
go
only
3
3
days.
days.
and
you want to
maybe
hear some
even
other
less
science
if it's
I heard?
hot.
That's right.
You want to hear some other science I heard?
Yeah.
I think it's got to be true. It came from Neil
deGrasse
YouTube?
Tyson. No, I saw it on TikTok.
Let's
But
see.
he said that if you write out
Oh, you're right.
11 plus 2 equals 13 or 12 plus 1 equals 13, and then you
Rearrange the letters.
rearrange the letters, they spell each other.
Yeah.
Like it's the same
They're-
letters.
Those are numbers. They're
No,
not
no.
letters.
If you
No,
spelt
letters,
out like
letters like
11 plus 2.
11
Oh, okay.
plus, it's the exact same letters for both 11 plus,
11 plus 2 and
2.
12 plus 1 both
Yeah.
equal 13, and if you rearrange the letters, they have the same letters in it.
yeah.
Weird,
isn't that
weird fact, but
That's weird. That's like some
But it is true.
Illuminati
You know what?
shit.
You know what that is? That's thank you COVID that people have too much fucking time on their hands that you actually sat there
No.
and wrote this shit
I
out
disagree.
and then we're like,
No, I
that's-
disagree.
that's
This
just
is
science.
what happened.
That's just science.
That's not
No,
science.
this is what happened.
That's somebody's
100%.
bored as shit.
Neil deGrasse Tyson's listening right now, so so he can back me up.
I hope
this
so.
is exactly what happened.
love you,
Neil
man.
was sitting down eating an apple. He took a bite in the apple, and he thought 11 plus 2 equals 13. 12 plus 1 equals 13. And he's just like, what the fuck? That both equals the same thing. It all just happened
Yeah.
naturally
And
in
then
his
he
head.
just wrote it
In his
out
head.
in
No,
letters.
he didn't
Yeah,
write it
yeah.
out. It all happened in his head.
And was like, this
and then
is
he's
the
just like, what the
same
fuck?
thing.
And that's
It's
what
possible.
happens. Dude, the people that study the stars and shit like that,
Well, one
you
of my-
think thinking about a couple numbers is hard to them?
One of my favorites was Teddy Roosevelt when he ran for president. His
was it?
campaign slogan was "A man, a plan, a canal, Panama."
Oh yeah,
and
yeah,
it's spelled
yeah,
the same forward and backwards.
yeah, yeah.
That's
What do they call that?
crazy.
That's an
Palindrome.
Yeah, palindrome. Yeah, exactly.
Well,
So,
I just
yeah,
thought that was
first and
wild.
back, yeah.
Nothing beats Uncle Dwayne's
What's that?
presidential run, though.
Yeah, so my
Wait,
my, like,
what?
my, my best friend, it's still we're still dear friends since I was like 14.
He's the president.
Yeah, he was our class president. His not the president, but the class president. And his slogan
Centerline,
was
1988.
Yeah. And his slogan was don't
Don't be-
vote for a boner.
Don't
vote
be
for-
a boner.
Don't be a boner.
Vote for a stoner.
Yeah.
Are you for real? Did he win?
He won.
Yeah,
hell
yeah,
yeah,
he
dude.
Don't be
did.
a boner. Vote for a stoner.
Yep.
Yeah, and he won.
That's actually
It's
incredible.
great.
Yeah,
and he
I'm
still
sure.
is a stoner to this day.
And that's why Michigan's legal because
Yeah.
that wins class president.
Don't
so
be
Yeah,
a
it's
that's
'cause
boner.
center
Vote for a
lines-
stoner.
Yeah,
President.
good.
A little
the next
fact.
president
Okay.
of the U.S. should probably think about that.
A little fact is that
That's a very good line.
Centerline's biggest rival, you know how schools have rivals.
Yes.
Their biggest rival was Lincoln, still is
Yeah.
to this day, and Eminem went to Lincoln.
Oh no.
Eminem went to Lincoln.
So you
and
guys
I
had
went to
beef.
Centerline.
You had
I
active. You
so-
guys have
I had
active beef.
Beef with
when did he
Eminem.
graduate, though?
It was I don't know. Can we look that up?
could try.
Eminem
There was-
graduate. I would bet a couple years after us.
So,
Yeah.
so
Not many.
After?
Listen,
Yeah.
Before?
his
no,
daughter,
He's younger than us.
his
Is he?
da-
He's got to be. His
daughter was right around my age range.
right.
So there was always rumors going around at like parties and stuff like, "Oh, she's at the party. She's at the party.
Seriously?
Eminem's daughter's at the party."
But they
You're like,
didn't
"Where
live
the fuck
in
is
Michigan
she?"
then, did they?
Yeah, I thought. Yeah, she went to
Oh.
high school here.
Okay.
100,000,000%.
They
don't
still
know.
live in
100
Michigan.
million
Yeah, they still live in
percent.
because
Michigan.
I
yeah.
remember hearing all the
remember
time.
they came to that animal
Haley's
show
here.
that I did
Oh,
with
yeah,
Jack
that's
Hanna.
right, that's right.
Yeah, that's the only time I met Eminem, and he was an asshole.
So this says
What do you expect from Slim Shady?
this says that he dropped out of high school at age 17, and he was born in 72, so I'd say like 89, something like that.
Yeah, 89, 90, which
72
is
would be
right about our
90,
age.
Because
then,
I
yeah, so-
graduated in 89.
Okay.
Yeah,
so.
so
So
yeah,
90,
yeah,
yeah.
So, yeah, he would
90.
be, okay, right around
Yeah.
my age. Huh?
Yep. So he
So,
went
yeah.
to Lincoln.
I
Basically, so
probably
he was
saw him
probably
here or there,
in
didn't
Lincoln.
know who he was.
He was
Yeah.
probably in Lincoln when we were in Centerline.
Yeah.
Wow,
you know,
that's
which is
really
our
cool.
rival.
So you have active beef with Eminem.
See, that's my 7 degrees of
He
Kevin
might have
Bacon.
been
And
at
that's
one
why
of the
you
one of
hated
the
Freeway.
the
You know, you're
events
probably
that I
right.
had a fight in.
I wouldn't
Okay, so
doubt.
should I tell the Eminem story?
Yeah,
yeah.
All right.
That's
It's
a,
not
that's a
bad.
heater.
I know
No, it's not bad.
bad.
It's not bad. So yeah, so I
It's actually pretty funny.
I used to help Jack Hanna. For those of you guys don't know, Jack Hanna is a famous old time TV animal guy. Also was the
Look it
director
up.
of the Columbus Zoo. He's just super famous.
Super.
You know, mainly older people know him because he was on every Saturday morning. On whatever.
He
Nine
is
o'clock
David
older
Letterman.
now,
Yeah, and he
but-
did Letterman
Yep.
for he did Letterman for
Yep.
like 20 something years. You know,
Wow,
so
really like consistent, like
yeah, like
all the
he
time?
was
the animal
Letterman's
guy
animal
for-
guy for
yeah,
20 something
Letterman.
years. Like no other
Wow.
person went on Letterman but Jack Hanna.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
But anyways, point is that
That's what I
he
know
used
of
to
them.
let me do the reptile stuff when he was up in town, and so one day we were doing 3 shows at this venue, live shows where there'd be like 1,000, I don't know, 800 people, something like that. And you go up and talk about animals, and it was fun show. Well, anyways, we hear the 3rd show. The the promotion department came up and said, "Hey, we have a VIP guest that wants to come 20 minutes early and get a behind the scenes tour of the animals." We had cheetahs and sloths and snakes and alligators and all kinds of different stuff. And we're like, "Yeah, who is it?" And they said, "Well, we don't want to say right now." So, anyways, as the day progressed, we were all wondering, it kind of leaked out that it was going to be Eminem, Marshall
Mathers.
And anyways, time comes. He shows up with just him, a bodyguard, his brother, and Haley.
daughter.
Haley, and it was her birthday, so it was like Haley and 5 of her girlfriends. And so we're showing them the animals and stuff like that. But the funny part was that Jack doesn't know who Eminem is at all. And he's an older guy, you know. So like he walks up to me and Sean, who's one of his managers, and says like, "Where's this Eminem's guy?"
Oh,
You
no
know,
way.
and Eminem is like right behind us, and Sean's like, "Shh, be quiet. It's him right here." And he goes, "That's him." He goes, "I was walking down the hall, and I said, hey, can I help you guys?" He goes, "Yeah, this is Marshall." And he was like, "Oh, okay." And he just kept walking because he didn't know Marshall was Eminem. And so he's like, "Oh, I didn't know that was the guy." But anyways, the point is that like Eminem's
Who's this Eminem's guy?
Eminem's guy, and so his
That's something Grandpa would
I
say.
know
Yeah.
exactly.
So his brother was so really cool, you know, really appreciative. The bodyguard just stood by Eminem, but Eminem stood like 5 to 10 feet away from everybody. And you got to remember, this is behind the scenes. It's me and like 3 other zoo guys in the group. That's it, right? No one's doing anything. And I actually went up to him at one point and just said, "Hey, it's really good to meet you." And he wouldn't even shake my hand. Wouldn't even shake my
So
hand.
rare.
And it was just like such a dick thing. I thought, you know, you're coming to our place.
We're
doing
doing
you
you
a favor to show your kids these animals. And the kids were great, by the way. They were really appreciative.
Isn't that always how it is, though, with somebody quote unquote famous? They're either going to be super cool or
Yeah.
they're going to be an asshole.
I just-
and listen,
you know what I mean?
there's a
Like,
chance,
that's just how
there's a
it
chance
is.
he was just having a bad day. I always hate to judge
Or
someone
maybe,
from one
but think about
meeting.
it. Think
but
about it. Like
But
that's
like-
the whole thing. Like I know you get stuff, and like you're always very gracious and stuff, but you're not on a level of Eminem.
Well, no,
of
or a
course
not,
movie
of course
star.
not,
And
yeah.
those people like are
All day are
constantly
berated,
right,
yeah.
in
Not
it.
even
and
like
they're
that,
either
though.
just going to be like fuck this, or they're just going to every single time be like, hey, hey, hey.
I guess-
Yeah, but
I think
I mean,
it's
I think
deeper than that. It's
Yeah.
guys, I think we're missing a point here.
What's the
What's that?
point?
It's fucking Eminem. You know what I mean? It's the guy that raps about his dick in his hand and is a gerbil in
So
your
he's an
ass. Like,
asshole.
yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
It's not. I don't
Yeah,
think
but a
that
lot
you
of that
look up to
stuff's
Eminem
persona,
and be
you know?
like, oh, like this is gonna
He's
be a
gonna be
stand-up
cool,
guy.
right.
Like,
Well,
yeah, I think
don't
like,
know
oh,
that
I'm gonna meet an
I
asshole.
I don't know though, because there's
I mean,
there's
I
a lot of
agree,
other
'cause
rappers.
I feel like most people who meet me expect to meet an asshole, and that's cool. Like,
Okay,
But
where
there's
are
a
you
lot
seeing
of other rappers, like let's say even like Ice Cube. You know what I mean? Original OG,
Yeah, yeah.
right?
Do you think
like,
he would shake your hand though? Because I've
I've
know.
heard that he was a really nice guy. Like
Really?
everyone I've heard that's met Ice Cube has been like, the dude's super nice.
Because you're right, he
You
does
know?
have that. He's always got his
Mean mugging.
face scrunched.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
everybody's
He's mean
different,
mugging.
though. That's what I'm saying. Like,
Exactly.
everybody has their own personalities and how they deal with this stuff.
I would just think
So-
that I was
Right.
surprised
You know?
that he was the way he was. But and then to end,
Sure.
you know, it turns out that it was actually kind of funny because Jack again didn't even know who he was.
Yeah,
but
Eminem.
Jack's secretary was like a big fan of Eminem, so she wanted to get a picture of Jack and Eminem that she could like
Oh,
put up on her
no.
thing, and so Jack said that he I can't believe it, I'm even telling this story. So Jack like lied to Eminem saying that his daughter wanted the picture. And so I remember, and this is, you know, quite a while ago, so he walks up to him and he goes, "Hey, you know, let's get a picture for my daughter." And the bodyguard goes, "We don't have a camera." Well, it just so happens that my friend Aaron, who's a professional photographer, was there with cameras, and he's like, "Oh no, my guy can take the picture." And so you could see him kind of being like, "Oh shit, here we go, I got to take this picture." So they take the picture with Jack, you know, Aaron takes the picture, and literally right afterwards, the bodyguard walks up to Aaron and says, "I need your name and your address, and if this picture goes anywhere other than Jack, we're gonna come after you." And so the thing is like the next day, I posted that shit all over Facebook because I was like, "Who the hell are you? This isn't. I'm not selling to
Who's the
TMZ."
asshole?
Yeah, I know. Well, whatever. I just thought to myself, I just thought it was a dick thing to be like, I'm such a big guy that I can't have a picture of me with
Listen,
Jack.
high
With
five.
fucking
These
Jack
are a
Hanna-
proud moment
Yeah.
for
Too.
me.
Especially if it's a Jack Hanna too. It's not like it's like
It's not some
Exactly.
Joe
it
Schmo.
shouldn't
Yeah.
even fucking matter.
Right,
It shouldn't even
exactly.
fucking
No, but it
matter.
should be-
Jack
it
Hanna,
was
you
Joe
should be,
Schmo.
You should be happy to have a picture of you and Jack Hanna
No,
going
yeah, but
around.
he's
Yeah, it's probably the most normal picture he's ever taken. But yeah, I mean, it was just a weird thing. Like, why would you threaten the photographer to, if this goes anywhere, I'm going to come after you? And thankfully, Aaron told me
know.
afterwards that he gave him like a wrong name and address. And everything.
Yeah.
So
Of
I knew he
course he did,
wasn't going to
'cause
come
Aaron's
after
not
him.
stupid,
so,
right.
But and obviously nothing's going to happen. But anyways, let's hit a couple more supers.
All right, I got Mike Levin says, I've noticed you're adding more bugs to the Reptarium. I would love
Yeah.
to donate some giant cave roaches and some wide-horned hissers. Both are huge bugs.
Sounds
You
great
know,
to
I'm
me.
not big about the roaches. Okay?
Reach out
Can
to us,
we-
man.
You're
can
not
we-
big about it, but like, is it like?
It's cool.
Does it creep you out, or
I
is
like
it
those cave ones. Those cave ones are
Roaches-
really big. They're really
Does
huge.
anybody know what a roach is and what they do?
Yeah, it's a bug.
They get out, they procreate,
Not-
they infest.
Not the
like-
stuff that well, yeah, maybe.
No, yeah,
they definitely do.
100%
For sure
they
do.
do.
Yeah.
They definitely do.
So
In
I'm
this
all
environment, they
about,
probably
I'm
live
okay,
well.
Exactly. I'm about different bugs, but not roaches. Let's
Okay.
get some other more creative ones.
Reach out to us.
Let's find more
We'll
bugs.
talk more about
Reach
it.
out to
I
us.
do like the bugs.
Lori,
Send me some pictures.
Lori at.
No,
So the
no,
funny
don't-
thing is,
don't-
I didn't
do
like.
not send anything to Lori.
Yeah, send it straight to Brian.
Send it to.
It won't get to Brian. I promise you one thing.
Yeah,
It goes
yeah,
through Lori.
yeah, it will not.
But yeah, I never really liked roaches either. The first time I ever held one was the other day when we got those.
I think they're cool.
It wasn't bad.
Kids will love
it's
them.
not
Cooler
good.
than I thought it would be.
Kids will love roaches.
No,
they have.
No,
Yeah.
that's not true.
He goes,
that's
yeah.
a lie.
That is
Kids
not
will
a
not
lie.
love roaches.
They do love.
I think they like roaches.
No, they don't.
Not the ones
Where do you
in
get
your
your
bed. Not the
information?
ones in your bed. The ones in.
Yeah, the ones
Reptarium.
roaming loose at the Reptarium. That's not cool
No, that-
either.
I don't want those.
We try to
either.
keep them not
We
loose
try to keep
as
them
best
not
we can.
loose. You
We
know?
try.
I mean, look at Al, like let's take for instance Al Machino.
He's
Has he
never
ever been
gone
out?
Has Al Pacino
Yeah.
ever been out?
Yeah,
How about-
he-
Okay,
yeah,
bad,
he
bad
has.
example. How
And
about
that's a huge fucking snake. Let
No,
alone
that's a bad example,
roach.
though. That's a bad
Let's-
example,
Let's
though.
say, let's say,
All of the examples
let's
are
say
bad.
potato. Has potato
Potato's
ever
never been out. Potato's
Yeah.
never been out.
Yeah, yes.
Okay, bad example. Has Ben and Jerry ever been out?
Yes.
Oh, shit.
Again.
All right,
So,
maybe we shouldn't get
no
bugs
Okay, maybe
anymore.
we shouldn't get
fucking
roaches.
roaches.
I think-
Okay, move
No,
on.
when we have someone is responsible at shutting cages as Bruce.
And Brian, you're the one who let Ben and
Yeah.
Jerry out.
Bruce over there messing around. Okay, what do we got?
Paul just gave $2 for some love. We
Hey,
appreciate
thanks,
you, Paul.
Thanks, Paul,
Paul.
man. Thanks, man.
Roberta says, love you all. Hope to get to come see you all soon. Watch the vlogs every day. Notice the pups haven't been in recently.
Yeah,
I've
they've
had
been
a
here,
few,
but yeah,
I've
they've
had a
been-
few mentions of that. Like,
Well,
yeah.
we'll get 'em back.
Zeus
in.
and
They're-
Phoebe were
yeah.
here
Yeah.
2 days ago,
Monday.
right?
Zeus
Yeah.
is here almost every day.
I love
Zoe's
Zeus.
here.
No.
Or no, I mean
Phoebe.
Phoebe's here
Yeah.
almost every day. Zeus is
Zeus,
every
yeah,
now and
brought
then.
Monday, yeah.
He's just so loud.
He is,
Sid
but it was
Barker.
awesome seeing him. I haven't seen him here in a while, and it was
Yeah,
nice to
no,
see him.
it's-
It was
always
great.
nice.
He diarrheaed all over the office. It was awesome.
Yeah,
I was
so much fun.
Oh, that's right. That was
so
good.
glad I brought
I
him
think the
that
first
day.
day I ever was here, before I even moved to Michigan, Phoebe mud butted the floor. Do you remember that? Like,
oh,
"Ah,
of course
dude."
I do. Like,
Right in front of your office,
It was a
Brian.
great
It was
Monday.
so
Great
bad.
Monday.
Yeah, good, excellent.
Jake says, would love to chill and game with you, Noah, who conveniently
Dude,
just came back from peeing.
You know, I sadly barely game these days.
That's true.
But
Editing's your game, right?
yeah,
Edit
but
the
I
game,
do
game
try
of
to
life.
hop on at least once or twice a week, just because it's a part of my childhood, and I think that it's a good piece to at least still have a piece of.
Sure.
Sure.
Like-
Something you still have fun with and enjoy.
Yeah, well, exactly. I do enjoy it. I still do love them. It's just I try to be more responsible work-wise. Like, try not to be a kid. I'm not a kid anymore, so I can't just play video games all day.
24/7.
When I
But
started
I
editing
want
photos-
to. I want to.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, but at the same time, I want to be something.
Yeah.
Like what I want.
When I first started editing photos and video, I like totally stopped playing video games. I used to play a lot too, and I just
Yeah.
like that became my video game. You know?
And sometimes, well, actually, not sometimes. All the time, I don't even think about video games anymore.
No.
I used to think about them all the time.
Yeah.
But I kind of just sadly,
Drifted away.
yeah, just
Right.
life has taken me in a different direction.
Kim says, for your new
Sorry.
Cine FPV goggles and drone, Saturday Night Freestyle drone couple from Wisconsin.
So they
What?
emailed us.
This is crazy.
This is great. This is amazing. And Jay, you're here
Great
now,
and
so we could
amazing.
talk.
Okay.
Is that the people that came from Wisconsin, or was it Minnesota?
I
What'd they
wasn't
say?
here, but it
What'd
was
they say?
Wisconsin, yeah.
Wisconsin. I thought Wisconsin. They came the last hour of Saturday or Sunday, whatever it is, and literally Jay and Anthony and myself were literally talking about these like little drones that you wear like virtual reality glasses and you can fly them. We're just literally talking about like the day of or the day before. What's that?
I said literally. Okay.
Literally. So, and then this couple came in. They were in town to.
And they literally had it.
Well, they came to town for like an event, a drone
Yeah.
event. So they eat
A drone event.
Yeah, drone event.
like
yeah.
drone racing. A lot of people
Yeah,
are doing that.
and so regardless, I got your email. I need to forward that to Jay because
appreciate it.
Jay is going to have the questions to ask.
Yeah,
of it.
I wanna
But we
build
definitely
one.
want to build one, and we want to mess around with it.
Build.
A racing
Yeah.
drone?
Yeah, so like it's kind of like, you know how Eric's been doing those RC cars, you have to build it from scratch or whatever.
No, but
that,
okay.
So they're these little drones that are like this big. They put
Okay.
a GoPro on, and instead of like our drones that kind of self-stabilize and they stay in the air, these like you have to be putting gas on it to actually keep it up, and like
But you
can
do it virtual
crazy
reality,
flips
and what
stuff.
they
It's
were
nuts.
saying is that it literally feels like you're flying
An airplane yeah.
because you're in you're virtual reality VR, right?
So you're
And
gonna like this?
So she said that she
That'd be fun.
she told
not
me
gonna
that
like this.
she told me that it
might be
helps her
cool.
anxiety.
You might
Really?
be the best at it, Noah. to be
I don't
honest
know.
with you.
I might freak out and maybe hate it, but let's give it a
Why,
shot.
why not give it a shot?
Interesting.
It's
so
gonna be,
doing that helps her anxiety.
Yeah,
Interesting.
It's gonna
Yeah,
be
because it's
squirrel
freeing, right?
suit.
And I think it might be
Is
similar.
it? So
Squirrel
what
suiting.
about
Right? Yeah.
But
Yes,
without
yes, like a
the-
wingsuit. Yeah,
but
yeah.
without-
squirrel suiting? What
Yeah.
the hell is
Wing
this?
suit.
Wing shooting. Yeah.
without the
without the death.
consequence of death.
A death. Well, yeah, the consequence you might crash your drone.
Yeah.
But I think that it might
Which
be
you've done.
similar.
It's
Yeah, I've done
fine.
that before. So it might be similar to what I talk about when I'm holding a venomous snake. You're so focused on one thing that you forget
The world drifts
everything
away.
else. So I may feel the same way. I might feel like I'm flying, I'm free. I've got to, I don't know, or I might be completely stressed out
Yeah,
and hate it. I don't
yeah,
know.
yeah. I can see
doesn't
it literally
matter.
50-50.
Yeah,
But
So-
why
why
not
would
give
you
it
be
a shot?
stressed
Give
out
it a
though?
shot.
Why would you be stressed out though? Because it's just goggles. Like if you're having a bad time, okay,
Listen,
none of that.
it's-
I'm done with that.
it's
Right.
It's
Right?
It's dad.
You never know.
Yeah.
But anyways, I appreciate you guys. It was really fun to hang out. Super good people.
Can't wait to pick
And,
your brain.
I can't wait to talk to you more about it.
Thank you.
So, yeah.
Charlene said, "Hey."
hey,
thank you.
Hey,
And
Charlene.
Hey, Charlene.
Rena says,
Hey,
"Hey,
hi,
Lori, what do you like to do outside the Reptarium besides wine and the gym?" Haha.
I work.
What do you do after work? Work.
Exactly.
I like, I like
I
cookies.
work. I watch
She does.
Netflix while I work.
You like to knit, crafty stuff, right?
Yeah,
like
I mean, I haven't
flowers?
done it in a long time.
But that's what you would
but
like to do.
yeah.
Like flowers.
Yeah.
Landscaping.
I
yeah.
need to.
Yeah, you do like the landscape. Yeah, you like outdoorsy stuff in
Yeah,
the
I
backyard.
do. I do like working
You like
in the
dogs.
yard sometimes when they're not shitting all over.
That's
Yeah.
the consequence.
Yeah.
It
hey.
is.
So the next super chat is from Boss Hams and says, "Remember to send all feet pics to Scales and Things."
Scales and things.
At scales and things.
Scales and things.
He's loving them.
Instagram.
He's got quite the collection.
This little
going.
piggy went to the market. This little piggy
We're
went
gonna
straight
start
into
our own-
Bruce's DMs.
We're gonna actually start a website just for Bruce's DMs.
Bruce is making good money right now,
On-
selling them, reselling
That's what I
them.
told him to do, dude. He can make a
He's got a
fortune.
great side hustle going, so keep sending.
The more infections in those toenails, the better.
Yeah.
Got some fungus that.
Yeah. If you got a little fungi,
Little fungi.
good to go.
Make them more sexy feet pics.
Some bunions.
I've never seen a
Bunion.
sexy feet pic.
Well, the thing is,
And
All
I'm-
right,
I think those
so
feet
send
people
the
like
sexy
gross stuff.
feet pics to Noah.
Yeah.
Jeez.
He
At Bad
wants to
Choice.
see some, add bad
Bruce-
choice Noah. Sexy feet pics.
we might have a problem.
So Rena,
Bruce is gonna forward you.
It's okay. I can block.
Block it. Okay, go ahead.
so Rena says, "Not sure if my last one came through. I think
Hey,
that was the
Rena.
one we just read.
I remember Rena.
Yeah.
But it says, "Oh yeah, what do you like to do to relax, Lori?" So yeah, we did get that.
Relax.
So, what do you
But yeah,
doing to
Brian and
relax,
Noah.
though?
So-
What would you like to do?
Relax.
You're like, what is that?
Yeah, wine.
I'm
helps.
trying to figure out what I want to do. You know, it's tough because all I've really done for most of my life is work.
Yeah.
And it's been an interesting journey. And what I mean by that is that this transition I'm going through from an anxious life to hopefully rid of anxiety forever is a kind of a rebirth
Yeah.
of who I am, right? And one of the things that I'm really working on is balance, and I'm working on trying to find times that I don't feel like I should be working, right? So
It is.
in
So I
the
know
past
what
when
you
I
used
didn't
to
work,
do.
what did I used to? I played hockey. I
You,
love
you
played
played hockey.
Oh, let's
Yeah.
do it again.
You
I'll
played
join.
golf.
I did like the golf.
Yep. Those were
Uh,
two things that you used to
Yeah,
do.
I think
after
hockey was
work.
like my true passion outside of reptiles. I loved
Those are
playing
the two
hockey.
things I
you know, I
think
mean,
of
like
that you like to
I
do.
think hockey was. I mean, I really
Beer
the only
league.
time I golfed, and
Yeah.
I like golf, but the time I really liked golfing was because I hurt my knee and I couldn't play hockey.
Right.
You know?
Well, you had a couple friends that you
Yeah, and I
would
had a couple
go-
friends that go
you
out
would
and
go
it
golf
was,
with.
that was pretty fun.
Yeah.
But I still didn't have that same feeling like, oh, I
Yeah.
got to hit the links. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, like I remember like I couldn't wait to finish work so I could go play hockey. Like I mean, I would be like, man, I gotta stop play hockey on the way home. You know, just roller hockey. Remember, we used to play.
Did
at
you
the
even
Warren
just like
Rec-
putz around, like meaning like because Anthony played hockey too, and I mean I've never played hockey, but I've roller skated before, so I wouldn't mind.
Yeah, I would love it.
messing
We got a
around.
nice lot behind here. I mean, you know, I
Oh,
gotta
we
get some
can-
blades.
Yeah, I
we
do
just
too.
go to this. I mean,
Size
yeah, I guess
74.
we could just go back to the same
To
spot
the
that we
Warren,
did.
Yeah,
The
I
same
don't know
place.
if
They
the
still
how
got
the
nets and
yeah, I
stuff.
don't know if the nets are still there or anything, but I'd like to do
I-
that.
they
You know, I'd like
are.
to do
That'd
that
be fun.
again. But my point is that I'm trying to be okay with not working, right? You know, and what I mean by that is that for many years when I wasn't working, I felt guilty that I wasn't working, that
Yeah.
I should
no,
be
it's
working.
a hard thing, and it's not even so much. Maybe it's guilt, but I know for me, I don't really have guilt, but I have so much that needs to be done.
Yeah.
That for me, even when I'm relaxing, I'm thinking, oh, you know what? I should probably just get some of this done.
shouldn't.
Because if I
Yeah.
get this done, that's less I have to do later.
I think
like,
what-
you know
yeah,
what
I
I
think
mean?
what-
So it's not
yeah.
really a guilt thing. It's
Yeah.
just a matter of, that's just that much less I got to do
No,
tomorrow.
I
if
can
do it
understand the
today.
guilt because I relate to the guilt.
Yeah. Well, I think that what people don't understand in our lifestyle is that like you're never done.
No.
No.
Like it
You can
never
either be more
ends.
caught up or
Less caught
fucked.
up. Yeah,
right,
yeah, yeah.
Right,
You're not
right.
going to be, you know, there's not like,
your
most
spectrum.
people are like at the end of the day, like, all right, I got all my tasks done for the day. Now I can go home and I can relax. You know, that's never a case. I mean, you know, when you're working with animals and you're running all the things that we do, you're always,
I have a million things to do.
yeah.
Behind the eight ball, 100 million.
I'm going to jump way ahead in a super chat here, and I want to catch some. But and it just
You're
I
good.
just saw Rena just said, ever think about making a baseball team with the crew?
Oh,
Used to do that.
Oh, let's
Jesus.
do it,
No,
dude. I used to
no.
play, bro.
Been there,
Let's get into
done
some
that.
fights, bro.
It was-
Never again.
yeah, it was-
Never
six,
again.
We can
Oh,
make
we
a
have
team.
we have a team for
We
sure.
can
Well,
make a
We got
team.
more
I
than a
guess
team.
I guess I take that back. Okay,
I think
we
this team
don't
would be
have,
good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
this-
don't
yeah.
have the dynamic we
No,
had
there's
back
better
then.
people.
No,
Yeah,
Like-
we had hockey players
Oh
playing
yes,
before.
we
had
did.
hockey
Literally,
players.
I played softball on other teams at that place, and I almost got banned from the fucking field
Yeah,
because
we caught-
of
we-
this
we were-
team.
we would fight
All
every-
they tried
every
to
day.
do was fight. Like
Yeah.
that's not what
Let's bring it back,
happens.
dude.
That's not what happens with softball. No, it's not competitive. It was literally just you're an
It is
asshole.
funny 'cause
like, I just
softball.
want to fight you. Right.
I'm trying to hit
For
some
no
dingers,
reason.
boy.
Yeah, it'd be like slow pitch fast or slow pitch softball, and it's like if the pitcher didn't throw it over the plate, it'd be like you
Hey,
want to
bro,
fight
you
the
got a
pitcher.
fucking problem, bro?
Would you
throw it over the plate, bro. How am I
Bro.
supposed to hit it?
The
Yeah.
shit down, be like, come on.
I actually
Oh,
love
yeah.
that. I wish I could have fucking
It was
filmed
so
that.
bad.
No,
It was so bad.
terrible. It was.
It was. It
terrible.
wasn't.
You
and
want
I
to do
saw-
fisticuffs?
And of
Wanna
course
do
the
fisticuffs?
and dude,
And
the
our
other
team,
yeah.
The
our
whole
team's
time,
name
just
was
like-
our team's name was Snake Bites TV.
Yes,
No,
it
it
was.
wasn't.
I still have my shirt.
Yeah, we had custom shirts.
I'm down,
and everything.
bro. I played for a
Yeah.
long
With the
time.
name
But
on the back
the
and
other
shit.
problem with this
Pedro.
arena, and then
Fucking
let's
Pedro.
catch a couple.
Yeah,
you
you're
know,
good.
But the other problem is that here there's no such thing as baseball. You know, you can't play adult leagues right now. You know,
Oh,
they're
meaning
shut
like
down
because
right
of
now.
COVID.
Because of COVID.
Oh,
yeah.
okay, okay. But
Right.
Fuchs.
So,
Are
yeah.
you
Fuchs, baby.
sure? Because
Yeah,
I
I'm
know
positive. I'm positive.
in Grand
Every
Rapids,
single- yeah.
Jade's got she's doing
Well, that might be
volleyball.
might out there, but not
Oh.
here. Yeah, all but you know, because every time I drive by any of the total sports or any,
closed.
they're all closed.
Okay.
Yeah, there's nothing.
So soon,
now
maybe.
Little League is
Yeah.
playing. Little League baseball is
Fuck
playing.
you, Whitmer.
Yeah. Well, it's tough. Michigan's a tough state because right now we're one of only a handful of states that don't have gyms, don't have movie
Yeah.
theaters,
Yeah.
don't have a lot of
So
things, you
stupid.
know,
Yeah.
and
Look at
whether
we're
they're
still all
you know,
here.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I take that back. I guess with
I hope
this
they open
group,
up
I would be willing to give it a
again.
try.
It would
because
be
this is
dope.
a different group, a different
Yeah.
mentality.
I think we would have a good time. I don't
Yeah.
think we'd be very good.
No,
Oh, no,
but-
I
and
would
I'm
be good.
okay-
I
I'm
played for a
okay
long fucking time.
with
Yeah,
not
I think
being
you would, but
good.
plus you're
I'm
big,
okay
so
with
you'd
having
crush it, but-
fun.
Oh
my God.
And having fun is not fighting.
But
So,
no, what I'm
like-
saying, but I think Bruce, I think we would be.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking like most of the people in the office I doubt would be very
Oh,
very
okay.
good. You know,
But they-
with,
We could
uh,
carry some
It
people,
could be
dude.
fun. Let's see. Would Jessica play? We'll get Beth out there. Come
Dude,
on,
Beth, dude, Beth
Right
can crush some
field, you
outfield,
got
dude.
this.
Yeah, she can crush some
I
outfield.
think- Yeah, I was thinking about that. Beth
That'd
the
be the
cat.
catcher.
I'm telling you,
Beth the
Yeah.
cat.
put me on
She could
first
fuck
base,
some
bro.
shit up at the plate. Yeah.
Yeah.
Put me on
I mean,
first
I
base.
could be, I
Never
could be
get past me,
completely
bro.
wrong. Maybe I would be surprised. surprised, and we would just.
We crushed it, dude.
You know what? This is next spring. Next spring, we're gonna go Team Reptarium.
I think I'd do that. I do that.
I'm buying a big old freaking composite bat, dude.
It's
we
all
have
about
one.
the
Buying
bat.
dingers.
We have one.
Really
We have
good
like
bat. Yeah, you
yeah,
can-
we
I'm
bought
buying a
like
new one, though.
we bought like a $300
I
bat.
got a
Yeah.
really
Oh,
good
dude,
bat.
I'm
I mean,
peeking,
it
dude.
crushes, yeah. But so okay, let's catch up on a couple.
All
of
right, Paul says, "Hi guys, what happened with the scaleless ball pythons from ages back? I've re-picked up your channel in the last couple months after a brief hiatus. Wow, loads has changed."
brief hiatus. That's a long brief hiatus.
been
my
10
man.
years.
It's like 8
It's
years.
been a while.
Well, welcome back, my man. Welcome back. I hope you stick around this time. Yeah, a lot of things have changed, and I've talked a lot about the scaleless ball pythons. I mean, people are still working with them. We're not. To me personally, I just don't think they're a viable animal. That doesn't mean that other people can't think they're viable. I've said this. They're analogous in a way to silky bearded dragons.
Yeah.
Which means you're going to have to do a lot of extra work to keep them alive, right? If you don't get extra work to keep them alive, i.e., using bag balm, and stuff like that on them to help them shed, they will perish. If you're willing to do things to keep them alive, I know we were down in Texas at Chase's place,
yes.
and he had a full-grown adult
It was
male that was
beautiful.
beautiful,
Now, is it
looked great,
something- okay, because
and it was
been
awesome.
it's been a while
Been a
since
while.
the
It's
first
been a
time
while.
they've been produced.
Yeah.
Is it something that as it's going
It
out,
doesn't appear
is
to
it
be that
getting-
way.
Okay, so it's
Doesn't
not
appear-
getting stronger.
I
Okay.
won't mention a name, but someone last year I know produced 17 of them. Everyone died.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I was just curious because you know that's how it is. Sometimes the first ones are weak and then it
Yeah.
takes some time.
Yeah, viability
You
and stuff.
know,
And I just
but-
personally
yeah.
just didn't feel comfortable. I don't. Again, this is just my opinion. Not hurting anyone else's game or anything like that. I would never.
Don't call
Yeah.
a lawyer.
Yeah,
Don't
Oh God. Yeah, that's all. Yeah. Oh, if I have an opinion, someone's gonna threaten to sue me. That just happened because I said I thought someone
because
was an
someone's
asshole.
an asshole.
I said
Because
some- yeah.
you can't have an opinion that somebody's an asshole.
Yeah, and then they
Guess what?
did a
can.
threat.
Yeah,
They
you
didn't even
can.
threaten me. They called a friend of mine and said that knows me and says I'm going to sue Brian. And I'm like, tell him to sue me.
Yeah,
because-
bring it
because,
on,
I
dude.
literally said
I will-
words.
Yeah.
Sounds like a fucking asshole to me.
Yeah, it sounds like whoever that guy is
Yeah,
is a fucking asshole.
Yeah.
It's called freedom of speech. If I don't like
It
you,
is.
I can say I don't like you.
You could say it
I'm
to the
not gonna
president.
say- yeah, you could say it to anyone. But the point is that also really made me realize how happy I am to not be in the world
100%.
of
100%.
breeding reptiles as
Because the
Backstabbing
fact
as
that you're
an
mad
investment.
at you/us, you can go fuck yourself. Like I don't
Yeah.
care.
Yeah,
like
no,
it
it
doesn't
doesn't bother
affect
me,
us.
What
Like,
did
But
we
anyway.
say in the office? The other- You take your face and go fuck,
Fuck your family's
family.
face with your face.
Go take your face and go fuck your family.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Fuck your family
it's
with
just
your
one of
face.
those things
alright?
that, like, everyone that knows me knows that I don't have bad things to say about hardly anybody. So if I have a real negative opinion of you, you're probably a really bad person.
That's very true.
No, that's probably true.
You can always question when
Yeah.
I say that because
Yeah.
I don't like a lot more people than you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I usually find the good in
You're
most.
probably right too.
Right.
anyway.
I find the good in most people.
You do.
Yeah.
But,
Where
uh,
I'm like,
You're right.
They're kind of a cop.
So I mean, this guy has always been a terrible person for the hobby, I thought, and now he's saying because I said he was a terrible person that it's hurt his business. But there's
Don't
no,
be a terrible person.
the truth
Yeah,
is,
so the
what
way-
hurts your business is being a terrible person.
Right, exactly.
Not
The
more
our-
you know.
Not
and,
our
you know,
opinion.
and the threats of lawsuits are jokeable, laughable, just because, I mean, number one, you can't sue someone for not liking you, and number two, I would love to bring it on, As a matter of fact, the funny thing that this person doesn't realize is I have about 25 or 30 emails that people have sent me over the years of him slandering me.
Yeah. Actual slander.
Yeah, actual slander, not him saying he doesn't like me, but things that were completely lies about me
Yeah.
to try to hurt
That
my
would-
business.
yeah.
So
those are-
let's not go into it any further than that. But
But
the point
it's
is it was funny that.
I
but
thought it was
But this is
funny.
the first. This is the first time. This is the first time in years that we've been threatened like that because we don't play in that game anymore, right? It's really. I'm not kidding you guys. Like the vitriol in particular.
Good word.
The ball python world is
I
ridiculous.
feel like I'm sorry.
You know what I mean?
Vitriol. I picture like a guy
George
on a
Washington.
horse
Yeah.
with a sword. Like
The vitriol of the
Yeah,
of
no,
the
it's
ball
just-
python.
It's just
Holly.
it's amazing. Like friends, you could be friends to each other and then say the most horrible things about
yeah.
people's back, just because there's so much money in that world and everyone's
Yeah.
fighting for the same amount of money.
And for the same customer.
Yeah, same customers. So they're willing to like throw their morals out to do whatever. And that's not everybody. I mean, there's a lot of great people in the ball python game.
And maybe that's not even the
But-
whole truth for most people nowadays. We
Yeah.
wouldn't know because we're not in it.
Yeah, when we
because
were in it-
that's
yeah,
why
yeah,
we
that's what we-
pulled
that's-
out.
that's what we
because
got
we're
out of
like,
it.
you know what?
Yeah.
Fuck this.
Well, what
Not
sounds
part of
like
it,
what it
don't wanna
sounds
be
like
part of
just
it.
talking to people is that the majority of people in that world now are pretty decent.
Yeah.
When we were doing it, the majority of people were not decent,
Yeah.
and a lot of them are now out of the business because they were, they
Because
couldn't.
they were assholes.
Yeah, because they were assholes and they didn't do it. And the few people that have hung on are not thriving as well as I mean, you can say like Justin Kabelika, Ozzy, I mean the list goes on. Miguel, I mean the list goes on of good people
Yeah.
that are doing great business and are crushing the game because they're going about things the right way. Whereas the people that are still living in the early 2000s and when it was the norm to be an
Yeah, the
asshole,
cutthroat,
they're
right.
struggling and
Yeah.
they're going to always struggle.
Yeah.
And I just find it funny because it's very rare that those people attack us anymore because we've been out of the game so long. We have a different world,
Exactly.
But the thing that I also found interesting is number one, it felt good to know that that person has no power over us.
Right,
You know what I
right.
mean? Like they can say anything that they want about us and they can't affect us
No,
because
and
we
that's
don't play in that world
and
anymore.
that's exactly
Yeah, you have your
when,
own
when I
ecosystem.
heard that,
Yeah.
that's what I said is, who gives a shit? You know,
Yeah.
send all the papers you want. I'll literally wipe my ass with them. 'Cause that's
Yeah.
what it means to
Thanks
me.
for the
Like,
free
you-
TP.
Exactly. Pretty
Yeah.
much, because
a
this
fucking
in this,
pandemic
in this
right now.
day
I
and
need
age,
that
I
shit.
can
I
only
need
buy
that
one
shit.
package.
Yeah.
So if you
Well,
send me
the other thing that I've always said is that, let me tell you what, you will never hear me threaten to sue somebody because someone's just going to get something in the mail from my attorney, right? I'm not going to threaten you before I sue you. I'm just going to sue
Yeah,
you.
it's way
you know
funnier
what I
to
mean?
have the surprise. Like,
Yeah.
wait, what?
Yeah. Don't call someone up and say, I might sue
That's
you.
like telling
you know?
someone, "Hey, I'm gonna kill you tonight."
right,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, just
You're
show
like,
up
what
with a
the
knife.
fuck? Someone's gonna fucking kill me? It would just be way better
No,
if
it's
you
like
just killed
yeah,
me.
yeah. If I'm
Just
going,
kill me.
Yeah, if I'm going to do something, which I am not a litigious person at all. As a matter of fact, I cannot stand legal.
The law.
You know,
Dropping heavy
hate
words
the
today,
law.
litigious.
Yeah, but so I mean, again, for me to sue someone, and we have a couple times, it has to be egregious. Egregious.
Especially because it's such a long process. It costs you a bunch of money.
It's just the negativity. I mean,
bad-
again, I've walked away
it's a
from
whole bad.
Yeah, I've walked away from huge amounts of money that people screwed us out of just because I didn't want to, get into the negativity of a lawsuit. It
Yeah.
was just, even though I knew I'd win, it just wasn't worth it. So the point is, I just found it funny. Let's just jump off this topic.
Super chat.
It's
We got
super
Rebecca
chat.
King. She said, actually, right now, Iowa lost most of our corn due to Derico. Remember I was telling you about
Oh
that
my gosh,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
huge windstorm?
Storm.
Yeah,
Oh my
and
gosh,
we
wow.
had a couple weeks ago.
Wow.
If I don't know any of the sources that are good to donate, but I know they didn't get a lot of news coverage on this, so they are
Wow.
definitely hurting for funding. So
Yeah,
Fucking
so
could help
Idaho?
Let's know.
Iowa.
Yeah.
Iowa.
Yeah,
That was some crazy
chain of
yeah.
thunderstorms that comes together. It's theoretically a land hurricane, 113
Yeah.
mile an hour winds.
Yeah, and they
Wow,
crushed
that's
the corn.
crazy.
Yeah, so
So-
yeah, I would imagine that would mean ethanol will go up in price.
Yeah, and corn, and as well as a lot of
Yeah.
like cow, pig products and stuff too, like beefs and stuff, because they do a lot of that too. So
Well, yeah. Well, what happens is people don't realize. If I'm not mistaken, and I might be talking out of uneducation here, but I think that only about 10% of corn is actually human consumed.
Yeah.
The
It's
rest
all
is
animal related.
either animal fed, grain fed,
Or ethanol.
or ethanol.
Yep.
So that's the majority of corn. That's why the government sometimes pays people to not grow.
Yeah.
So that the supply is right. But anyways,
Um,
so God bless you guys. in
yes,
Iowa.
God bless. Be careful, and hopefully everything's fine soon. Mock turtle soup, $5 for
Nice.
love. Appreciate
Nice
you.
mock turtle
Hey.
soup. I like that name.
love
That's,
Tracy Gregory from Toledo, Ohio. is
Toledo.
her-
Tracy. Oh, that's our girl.
I was gonna
Tracy.
say,
Hot
yeah.
dog.
Hey, what's up, Trace?
Hot dog. That's hot dog.
Tracy. Hot dog
Tracy.
Hot dog
Tracy.
Trey.
Well, it's not. I'm sorry, Tracy. I don't mean to call you Hot Dog Tracy. It's
Oh.
just that you know Tony from.
Oh, wait.
Yeah.
Wait, is that the Tony? Is that
Yeah,
Tony Dogs?
Yeah, Tony Hot Dog. It's
Hot
also
Dog
the one that
Tracy.
gave me the bracelet that I wear every single
The
day.
fucking
right?
Everest one?
Yeah, the
Yeah,
Everest one. Yeah,
yeah.
The
so-
drop of Everest and the
So
drop
what's
of the
Tracy
Black
have to
Sea.
say?
She just
That's
said, "I
it.
want to swim with Ivy, not topless though." LOL.
Tracy.
Thank you, Tracy.
Sorry to tell you, but the only way you can swim
Guess
by
what?
me.
Yeah, Tracy, sorry, Tracy. We have rules around here.
Yeah, we don't just go let everyone go
We
in
don't just
there.
let anyone go in there
With
their
shirts
top
on.
on. What do you think we are here? Come on,
Dude, we have standards. Let me see.
That's awesome.
I'm just scrolling for a minute. There's not one for a second.
I feel bad that I called her Hot Dog Tracy.
No,
I've never called her that
I was
before,
thinking
by
of
way.
the hot dog lips before, because that's all I keep thinking about.
Oh,
with the
no,
snappy
no.
hot dog
I was
lips.
just thinking
Oh,
that,
yeah, dude.
that hot
Fucking
dog
snaps.
sauce. That was so good.
Yeah, the chili.
Oh, yeah, it was so good.
I love chili dogs.
Yeah. And
What
those
is that,
pickles, the
Dad?
pickles she brought were amazing too.
We're okay.
But she's
We're-
great. She's nice.
Embark onto this adventure with me, family.
Okay, here we go.
We're driving to New York. Okay, we're
Jib
probably
jab.
near
Jib jab.
Jib Jab hot
Oh,
dog.
that was didn't even have to
That
go
was
down the road,
easy,
dude.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jib Jab's
he
the
was
fucking
already on hot dog
Alex,
mode.
what is Jib Jab?
Dude, that was so quick, dude.
Jib Jab is so good.
That's good shit.
Have you been? Has
No,
anyone been to
no.
Jib Jab?
I've
That
never.
is
I've heard of
Brian.
Jib
it.
Jab is,
Shit.
is
You've
told me.
I will drive
Food.
8 hours to go to Jib Jab.
Let's go.
I
Ironically
don't
enough,
care,
good,
but
get
they
this.
love it.
Get this.
So good.
Someone was in the Reptarium from.
Jib Jab.
Let me think.
From Jib Jab?
What is the border town in Ohio? Youngstown. They were from Youngstown, which is the border where Jib Jab is. And they came and they go, oh, yeah. I go, where are you from? I ask people that all the time. They said, we're from Youngstown. I go, Jib Jab. And they go, have you been? Of
course I have.
I was like, of course I've been to Jib Jab. So, yes, Jib
That's
Jab
awesome.
is amazing.
So good.
It is
The
good.
last time I was there, I just got my braces.
Oh, that was so
braces,
sad.
Oh,
yeah.
that was bad.
braces tightened.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
and that's
so-
no good.
And we were heading to a show. It was a bad.
Yeah,
it was
and
a
so
rough
like
ride.
everyone was enjoying their hot dogs, and I couldn't
he's
even
crying
eat mine.
You
'cause
just wanted to die, yeah.
I was literally crying, or like
You know what?
close to tears because
You know
I
what?
couldn't
What?
eat my hot dog.
Let's a Tuesday that we're off, just drive to Jib Jab.
Let's
And
do
go-
it.
Just go
Let's fucking
drive
do
to
it.
Jib Jab and back.
a 16-hour adventure.
Dude, let's do it.
No,
I'm
it's
down.
probably 5 hours.
Where's
so it's
it
a
at?
10 hours. It's on the border
You
of
guys
Ohio
can,
and
I'm good.
Pennsylvania.
Oh, let's do it.
I mean, it's. Hang on, I'm
You're
gonna.
good.
You know,
To me, it's not all that. So you.
It's
go
probably
ahead.
not.
I would rather
Chick-fil-A's not all that, and
it's-
people
I
love
would
it.
rather this. I would rather drive to New York and stop at Jib Jab on the way, spend a few
That's
days
fine.
there, and
I
That's fine.
agree.
That's
I
I
agree.
just like if we're already there, just like going to New York.
It's
like
it's not
hit
even
up
close
Brooklyn.
to
Look at
New
this.
York.
What if we go up to PA
it's,
and go
it's
to the
not
mountains
even
or
that bad.
something?
It's
We could do
3
that
hours
too.
and 59 minutes.
Oh,
3 hours and
Each
3 hours
way.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
it's
that's
8
8
hours.
hours.
Seven.
Eight
That's a
hours.
work day.
8 hours
For a couple
four-
good hot dogs?
Or there. Might as well just go
I'm
6
good.
more.
I'm
And
good.
go
No,
to
let's
New
hit
York.
it. Let's
the
hit
big
some.
city.
I'm sure there's something in PA we can do. That would be cool.
Yeah, there's
I love New
Reptiland.
York,
There you
though.
go.
Reptiland's.
Can we go to Maine though?
Yes,
Yeah.
I want
Acadia.
to try.
I've always wanted to go to Maine.
We should rent a Chevrolet Cicadia.
Cicadia and go to
That's
Acadia.
Acadia in Maine.
Ah, that's nice.
But but
Yeah.
supposedly I don't know. I've never been, so you guys can judge me on this. But supposedly they have really good like seafood there.
Well,
Yes.
of course, it's known for that. I
Yeah,
mean, you know,
Maine
Maine
lobster
Like you
rolls.
can literally buy lobster at a gas station there in Maine.
Fresh lobster too.
Fresh lobster at a gas station.
I don't know that I do.
Well,
no,
you know
they're
how, like,
alive. They're
lobster.
alive.
No, you know, like in Florida, how there's oranges everywhere. It's
Yeah.
like that, but with lobster.
Yeah, I mean, they're not like.
And like gator jerky. Like they're just
Yeah,
on
yeah,
the
yeah.
side of the road and they'll be like, buy a gator.
No.
This
podcast is off the
shut
rails.
The hell up. There's that
What?
gas station.
Look this shit up.
There's gas station
I
lobster.
mean, you guys won't be able to see it, but
No, we won't be able to see it, but you gas station lobsters in Maine. Guaranteed, you can buy lobsters, live lobsters in,
At a
in gas
Chevron.
station.
Oh,
Maybe a Chevron.
like a
MC's
fucking-
I'll
Market,
take 10
Mulligan's gas
gallons
station,
and
Yeah, look at this. It's
throw
like
a
Yeah.
couple
all over.
lobsters at the house.
Kennebunk Service Plaza.
You know
gotta name
Shell's
it.
Can't be
fucking.
good. You're getting sick as hell.
No,
From
they're
the gas
live.
station
They're a
fucking
live lobster. They're a
live.
live lobster.
live.
They're live, so you do
So
cook them
they're
after.
pets?
No, they're there to.
You know how
cook.
to make lobster?
Have you ever
Yeah,
made
They
a
have to be
lobster?
live, and then you kill them.
Lori doesn't cook often.
No, I've never done lobster.
All right, that's the next thing.
Yeah, you
we'll
just-
do it on the podcast.
You pretty
one
much
day.
just boil them and then you.
But I do feel
drench 'em in
horrible. It's
butter.
really horrible. I don't think I could personally. You know,
You know
we.
what?
You know what?
Listen,
Listen.
You don't think you
Mr.
could boil?
Activist.
Oh
a
no, that
lobster
would be
alive?
no, that would be horrible.
But you'll eat them.
It's
They
pretty
scream,
fun.
I think, right? Don't they?
Yeah, they're
Yeah,
loud.
they make. Yeah, they make. Of
Can't
course
be
they're
worse than
screaming.
a
You're
rabbit.
boiling,
You're boiling them
alive.
alive.
Would
I don't
you
think I could do
scream?
it. I don't think I could do it.
But you can if you want to. The more humane way is you like just knife down the middle and you just sever
Or
the
you-
spine.
The most humane way is just call Bruce.
Yeah, Bruce will do it.
Yeah,
he was
Bruce
like, I got a hatchet in the back, no problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you boil our lobsters, Bruce?
I don't even know what we're talking about.
Boiling lobsters. Will you
Would you do
boil
it
our
for us?
We're
lobsters?
talking about gas station lobster.
He said yes.
Would
Yeah.
you eat
Well,
would you eat a lobster you bought from a gas station in
I
Maine?
would not eat a lobster that I bought.
Even if it was alive. Even if it was
Bruce
alive.
said no.
See, is that sketchy as
Said
shit
no.
or what? That's what
I
I'm
think
saying.
that there's like
I
road.
already
I
feel
think
my
there's like
stomach
roadside
turning.
stands too.
There
like,
has to be,
There's
dude.
like just like
Roadside
roadside.
lobster
And, but
stands?
what I've heard the best.
Jesus,
No,
dude,
but no,
Maine's
listen.
fucking stacked.
Listen, I heard the
All right,
best
now
thing
I
to
gotta
do.
go because
Yeah,
I just don't even
roadside
believe
lobster?
this.
No,
shit.
he's so
They're
true. It's
everywhere.
Blow a fucking tire, get a
Literally,
lobster.
They're just
You're
walking
like,
down the
whatever.
fucking street.
Dude,
There's
it is.
lobsters everywhere.
Well, it's like everywhere from like Boston up to Maine is
just
all known for lobster. Yeah,
But what
I
I've
swear
heard
to
you
God,
really,
though.
But what I've heard you really do is you go to the docks, and when the boats come off, you just buy them because you got to remember
Okay.
those people
well, that
wholesale.
Makes more
Okay,
sense.
listen to this.
That makes more sense
I'm about to
than
hit you with
pulling
some
up
history.
for fucking gas and just grabbing a few out of the gas station.
It just seems weird that they have it because like how many people are actually
Think about
buying
it. You know,
there?
you go to a normal gas station and they got the ice bucket with the you know the drinks in it. In this case, it's just lobsters.
Yeah, a couple Slim Jims, you know, this and that. Hey,
Listen,
yeah,
a
throw
crustacean or
couple
two.
Throw a couple lobsters.
I'm about to hit you guys with some knowledge that,
All
are,
right.
that I
Drop that
may
shit.
or may not have made up. I don't know, but,
there we
All
go.
but the
right.
people will correct me if I did
Okay,
make
do
it
it.
up.
No, they won't.
So lobster used to be like really peasant food, like
Yeah.
for peasants.
Yeah,
Until
I
like
think that's
Teddy
right.
Roosevelt or something came into the office.
Really?
And like, yeah, Teddy was just like, "Yo, give me some lobster," and then it just turned all the rich white folk onto the.
I think there's a bunch of foods that have been like that where it used to be
I don't
like
know.
lobster.
like stuff because I mean listen, lobster and crab are just like spiders and bugs, like roaches. They're the roaches of
Just
the
of the
sea.
sea.
Well, listen, I'm
Yeah.
not gonna lie. I never had any of that stuff before we did.
Yeah.
Like me growing up, we never
Me
had
growing up.
seafood. We never had seafood. Like the
Makes
big night
sense, though.
out
You're not
was
that close to the
was,
sea.
was
Yeah.
steak or this or that. And
I
then
see.
I
We're
can't
close to
remember
the
the
river.
first time like we went out to some place and had it. Like I was like, oh, I don't know if I even
Yeah.
like it. I never had it before, so I was in
Yeah.
my 20s before
Yeah.
I had any kind of crab or lobster. Or anything
I remember
like
having
that.
our first sushi ever was in Las Vegas.
Interesting.
I remember I had sushi
At
for
the
the very
buffet?
first time at a buffet.
Yep.
A buffet at
Yeah, I got sick as hell.
no, I didn't. It was good. It was good. I remember the first one eating. I was like, I don't know if I like this. It's kind of gross. Now I love sushi.
Yeah.
Although we haven't had it. We had it once.
had it
since
once
the
We did.
quarantine.
once in quarantine. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
the Patori.
Yeah. Okay. Do we have
Pandemic.
a,
Yeah, Angela says, visited the Reptarium
Victoria.
Saturday. I was so starstruck. I forgot to tell Brian, I love and appreciate all you do.
Aw,
You're an
what's-
incredibly huge inspiration.
Aw, that's so
and
nice.
Areola, but it's supposed to be a role model, but it says Areola model
Oh.
to me.
You're an areola
Oh, wait, or maybe she is. She's the
She's
first one for
she's-
Titty
she's-
Tuesday.
Oh,
She's an
she's a-
areola model.
Yeah.
Back off, Ashley.
Ashley? Ashley,
areola model.
Come swim with Ivy.
I've met a few areolas in my life, but never as good as you, Ashley. No, thank you seriously, Ashley. Thank you for
Yeah.
coming. I really hope that you
So Brad says, hey, Brian, does it
Christ.
affect anything
That was
to breathe?
fucking ridiculous.
No, that was.
That was crazy. That was
Calm
a good
down.
one.
Yeah,
Calm
yeah,
down.
no,
I've never met any-
I didn't meet her areolas.
Areolas.
I did not
Well,
meet her. I
technically
promise
you did. They were just covered up by
They
a
were
t-shirt.
covered. I didn't look. I didn't look. I didn't take a peek.
Technically.
I did not take a
It was
peek.
cold in here, so you never know. Brad Nunn says, hey, Brian, does it affect anything to breed sibling ball pythons to each other or parent to offspring?
That's a really tough one.
That is a
because,
tough one.
I would say if you can avoid it, avoid it. If you can avoid it,
I think-
if you can't avoid it, like sometimes let's say you're pioneering a recessive mutation,
Yeah.
you have no choice but to breed siblings or mom to son or whatever the case is. But outbreeding is very important, and I always say as a responsible breeder on our end, it's very important for us to have a lot of outbred stock.
I think that's what I was going
Yeah.
to say too. It also depends on the
the phenotype.
the parents of those. Like, you know what I mean? Is it
Well, that's-
something
right,
that's
right.
already been
Well, that's what I'm
inbred?
saying,
If they
yeah.
were already unrelated and that's the first generation, probably not a problem.
I know there was some
Like-
studies
Oh, that
done
makes
years
sense.
ago, although there's a saying that says all recessives concentrate,
Yeah.
which basically just means that
Bottleneck
if they're
vaccines.
if you're concentrating a phenotype like albinism, but you might be concentrating other deformities along with it, small eyes, kinks, so
Right.
on like that. Whereas outbreeding sometimes can strengthen the bloodline to where you're not having those issues. But again, that's why us as a company, we won't sell siblings to people in the case that they may breed them. Now you're into second generation, maybe third or fourth generation. So if you're buying from a breeder that isn't outbreeding constantly, you may get into a situation where you've already got you're on generation 4, and maybe that's the straw that broke the camel's back. Because there was a study many years ago that said that most reptiles can be bred about 4 generations, inbred about 4 generations before seeing considerable deformities. Now, I don't suggest breeding them 4 generations. I don't suggest breeding them 1 generation if you can avoid it.
Of course.
Again, sometimes you can't avoid it, but as soon as you get that phenotype or that color mutation or pattern mutation, then do your best to outbreed to different gene pools, so at least you're breeding cousins together, as opposed to breeding brother and sister.
You'd think, like, obviously some reptiles can do parthenogenesis, so obviously in some way they can have similar genes together and still live.
Probably there are definitely a more simple organism than, say, a mammal. That it affects.
What's weird is, like, certain rodents and stuff that can inbreed for generations and they're pretty complex,
Yeah, no, it's true.
Very strange. Luke says, hey guys, been feeling bad lately with mental health, so haven't been watching much YouTube, but the last few days have been better, and always love watching the videos. It makes me feel so great.
Well, Luke, I appreciate you, and I am here for you, brother. I will
stay strong, man. Don't
stay
give
strong
up.
and listen. I'm trying to prove to people that you can be in a pretty bad spot and make it through. And that you can
keep pushing,
overturn. But this is what I've said many times. You cannot expect change in your mental health if you are doing nothing to change your mental health, right? So what I mean by that is, like, let's say, and I'll give you an example to understand what I'm talking about. If you're overweight and out of shape, and you're eating McDonald's and not going to the gym, you are not going to get in shape. The same thing happens with mental health. If
100%,
you have
100%.
mental health problems and you're not seeing somebody doing self-help books, not everyone can afford to see someone or even get into something. And even seeing somebody isn't always the answer because they might not be good. You've got to find the right people. But even if you can't do that, there's a lot of self-help you can do. You can watch YouTube videos. I've been saying, if anxiety is your issue, and I don't know if it is, if it's depression or anxiety, but if it's anxiety, very simple first step that I'm going to tell you is to look up the anxiety guy on YouTube. The anxiety guy on YouTube. Guy named Dennis. Really good dude. I've been seeing him personally now, over Skype and personal counseling. So not only do I watch his videos, and they've helped me a lot, but I also now talk to him on a weekly basis. And he's a great guy. So if you're dealing with anxiety, start there. You don't have to spend the money to see him or go to his groups if you don't have the money, but you can support him through watching his ads on his YouTube videos, and his message is pretty amazing. And he's one of, not the only, but one of the reasons why I've been making the progress I've been making.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true. Right when you started with him is where it was like much bigger strides.
Much bigger strides because the message is good. But the thing you've got to remember, Luke, is that you can get better. You will get better, and there's no doubt you will get better. As long as you work towards getting better, and this too will pass, as long as you're willing to put in the work to pass it, and that means sometimes means sacrifice, but that sacrifice will be well worth it,
Perfect. Mike says, should I just email you guys, Lori? I'm a pest control tech, and I'll make sure that those roaches don't get out.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, info@bhbreptiles.com.
Yeah, the problem is that you're going to spray our place and kill all our friggin' rodents.
Yeah. Well, now they can't get out. They're dead.
Well, all your tarantulas are dead.
info@bhb.
Yeah, no. But we appreciate you, man. We don't have a roach issue right now.
No.
And we hope that we don't have
We'll
a
keep
roach
it that
issue.
way. We've had roaches as far as like for feeding and stuff, and we haven't had a problem.
And we have, you don't find roaches
anywhere
running around the Reptarium. Your mic is falling.
So the KC says, will Tyler and Nolan be coming up to hang out?
Yeah, for sure. Tyler, I haven't talked to Tyler in the last month or two. We had plane tickets booked for him back right when the pandemic hit.
I remember that.
And obviously it wasn't bad. And then actually he reached out to me a couple months ago and was like, hey, dude, let's do it, man. Let's go. And that was right when Florida was like going off, man.
Maybe
and
within the next couple months, we'll start getting people coming back in.
I think
it's
I
just
think
been,
I
it's
feel
been a
pre-
weird
yeah,
summer.
and I've been feeling more and more confident of having people
Yeah.
responsibly, responsibly.
course.
But I think that once we get this podcast room done, which will be a couple weeks, 2-3 weeks from now tops, I'll feel better about having people here. And I think that we'll start having people not only for this podcast checking in. We could have people, so we have 3 podcasts right now. Essentially, we have checking in, which is the 3 of us. We have choices, which is Noah's, whatever could be Noah and Bruce, Noah and Eric and Bruce, whatever Noah wants to do. I can even pop on every now and then if he allows me, but he
Maybe
normally
he
doesn't
wants
allow
me
me.
on one day.
No, we.
No, definitely
Probably
not,
not.
Lori. Definitely not.
Oh yeah,
Lori.
I should do. That's a good point. We should.
Whatever.
That's a good point. We should. Yeah, I didn't know if I wanted to make like a new separate podcast where like it's kind of just like more of just me and then whatever the fuck I want to do, because I kind of feel like choices was kind of leaning more towards bad choices, kind of leaning more towards like questionable choices.
Yeah.
And that like kind of just like a group thing, like me, Eric, and Bruce, because we're always just making bad fucking choices.
Yeah.
And so
I
like,
eat Bruce's leg, that'll be the next
Yeah.
choice.
Oh, I
So
can't
we'll
wait.
talk about Bruce's
Yeah,
leg.
Bruce's
Oh,
leg.
And his
yeah.
great choices.
we won't go into detail, but let's just say it's messed up and wait till the next podcast.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've always wanted to do like a separate one as well, like where I don't know, I just talk my brain off. By
Well, I think you
myself.
can do whatever you want to do with that. I think
then
that's a
maybe-
good idea.
yeah.
And then the last one, of course, would be
Interesting.
Been Wondering now.
Yeah. Wondering.
We had the first Brother Clint, which was amazing. Please go watch that podcast if you didn't watch it. It was Been Wondering about exorcism.
Yeah, it was awesome.
And it was a great podcast.
Lori approves.
I did.
We obviously will have a lot of guests on that we've been wondering about all kinds of things, and some will be very bizarre. I mean, I'm a very curious person by nature,
Yeah.
in the sense that I might be wondering about what it's like to change oil every day. You know what I mean? Like,
No,
you
you're
never
right.
know.
I want to learn
you know.
about aquatic reefs,
Well, right. Well, we got.
oceanic reefs.
Yeah, well, we could, a marine biologist would be amazing to have on. Obviously one day when the world gets a little bit better and our buddy, Andy Brandy Casagrande gets back
boy.
into town, Shark Guy, we'll have him on for sure.
You know what would be cool, Bri? What was that passage or that strait that you've talked about
Drake
before?
Passage.
You
yeah,
should try to
Drake
get
Passage.
somebody
Has
that
been on the
that
Drake
does like
Passage.
somebody that does like cargo on a ship or something.
Oh my
that they do it
gosh,
for their whole
Oh,
life. You know?
gosh, could you imagine?
That'd be
You know
sick.
who would be cool to have on
No.
is John Bastow. It'd be a good one. Do you know who John Bastow
I do
is?
not.
Pull
I've heard the
pull up
name.
John
I know the name.
Bastow.
I know the name. Who was?
Pull up. You can't see it, but the people will see. He's
Yes,
the
I remember
Fitless
him.
Made Simple guy.
Yeah.
Oh no way! Really?
Yeah,
From
yeah.
White Plains.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah, he's a good friend of mine, and he's pretty famous infomercial
Yeah.
guy that also on Fox all the time and stuff like
Yeah.
that, and so but that's what I'm saying. Even like our trainer, I don't know if he would want to come on, but there's so many people that it'd be interesting to just dissect what life is for these people, and of course a lot of animal people too. I always say it's analogous to Joe Rogan, where Joe Rogan's through story is going to be MMA and comedy, but yet he doesn't always just have MMA or comedy on.
Right.
So my through story is always going to be animal driven, but that doesn't mean that that's the only thing that I'm interested or curious about. So if we're wondering about something, so my point is that I think we'll be bringing in guests for Been Wondering. Been Wondering will only be guests, and then checking in might be guests, choices might be guests, and if you ever do something, it might be something different,
Yeah, it
Cool.
Probably won't. But
So anyways, I don't
Sterling Smith says, I watch every video. I love you guys. Would it be worth it to try and breed my female ball with another male just to get a first clutch out of the way, then put in a preferred male afterwards? It's probably not a bad idea, right?
I think it's a great idea. I think
If you make mistakes, it's not a big deal.
It's always, you never want to make mistakes on anything live, but you don't want to get into a situation where you have something you're really looking forward to, and then have something go wrong. But that being said, these days making mistakes on breeding something like ball pythons is something you should never do.
Yeah.
And what I mean by that is that there's just so
So
much
easy.
information
Yeah.
out there
Like so
to do
much.
it perfectly. I mean. You don't need
whatever
to.
you
I mean,
want.
there's experience helps with like making decisions to make a higher
Helps the
success
art,
rate.
yeah.
But it's not. I mean, once you've got them breeding and you've got a gravid female and you have eggs, just there's the playbook that
Yeah.
whether you want to read a book, you want to go online, you want to watch videos that tell you every single thing that you need to know. So I don't think that I
You
think
will make
whatever
it
you
smart,
want to
yeah.
do is
Exactly.
fine.
Do what you want to
Yeah,
do.
whatever
It
is
doesn't
gonna
really
be
matter
happening,
either
yeah.
way. Either way is cool. Either
Yeah.
way, you'll get cool babies.
Yeah, whether you're producing
and-
normal babies or
yeah.
producing, bananas or whatever, you're gonna love it.
And that's what makes your path yours.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
Perfect. Let Roses Burn says better late than never,
yay.
but in PA, I once saw a gas station sushi in Berks County. That's
I
yeah,
actually
crazy.
We got
it's
gas
welcome
stations.
You
to the
can-
party.
You
Let
can
roses
always
burn.
go bad with gas station sushi.
Gas
Yeah.
station sushi is really, I mean,
It's like a narcotic.
100% fail rate. 100%.
I don't
It's
know
like
about
it's like a dangerous
100%.
narcotic. Like you
Yeah,
can't.
I don't
What
know.
do you mean?
I mean, it's like basically
What is it?
It's up there with 7-Eleven burritos.
It's like no,
Those are safer. Those are safer.
it's like free climbing. The chances are you're not going to make 50.
Yeah. The people that only
But
eat gas
you know
station
what?
sushi are
You
not.
might as well try.
Yeah, I mean
Free
sometimes.
solo
Hey,
is
listen,
for it.
safer.
no, listen. Eating gas station sushi probably
serious.
brings the same adrenaline rush that climbing El Capitan freestyle.
You might
Am
be
I
right.
gonna be
You know?
sick all night?
No,
or
it's
am I
more
not?
dangerous. It's more dangerous
It might
because
be more
diarrhea is one of the most top killers in
Yeah,
ever.
listen,
in the
Noah
world.
already told you that this woman died
Died of diarrhea.
From
dehydration,
dehydration.
which you
Diarrheaed
can
herself
get
at that
from
point.
diarrhea.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So gas station sushi can actually be one of the most deadly weapons on Earth.
Yeah.
And that's how we maintain
Next
our
war,
population.
the next war we get into, we just need to flood it with gas
Stick with
station
the
sushi.
Doritos or
Impossible.
something
Save
like
all the
that.
frickin'
like,
people.
China.
You know what I mean?
Get 'em.
Probably not.
Yeah, once everyone has dysentery, they will not want to fight.
That's really true, dude.
Say
It's hard.
peace.
Dude, I think Anthony was
Yeah.
telling me a story the other day about his roommate had dysentery, and he was just like, "Get the fuck out of here, dude! You're fucking stinking up my whole."
You just
Sounds
kicked
like
the
Tito.
poor guy with dysentery.
Yeah, it was
kicked him out.
Tito.
It was
bro.
probably Tito.
Yeah, I
He's
know.
stanky.
He had like dysentery and fucking
Yeah,
a
something-
popped hemi.
Yeah. Popped hemi
Fuck
peen.
hemi.
Yeah, it was a popped
hemorrhoid.
hemi peen.
Hemorrhoid.
Oh, my bad.
This guy,
Sorry,
poor,
Mark.
that might be the worst combination you could ever have: a hemorrhoid and diarrhea.
Oh my God,
You
yeah.
might as
You know
well.
what?
lethal.
And it all came
Lethal.
from gas station sushi.
So don't
Yeah.
touch it.
Yeah.
So let roses burn. Just is
away
that
from
who
that
said?
shit.
Is that
Yeah.
who said?
I think so.
I think she said that, or I don't know.
Somebody
whatever.
did. Doesn't matter.
Anyways,
Thank
whoever
you.
said it, God
Thank you.
bless you, and I hope you live a long
Good luck
life.
with your sushi.
luck.
Jake Lewis says, before the stream's over, I sent you a email regarding mental health. If you read it, awesome. If not, no biggie.
Thank you, Jake.
I'm out tomorrow.
They-
Can't read it.
they forward all the emails on mental health to me, because just so you guys understand, like emails don't go directly to me; they go to Lori, Beth, Steph, Morgan, and then but they do filter those emails to me, and I do read all of them, and I do appreciate it because I realize mental health is something I'm very passionate about, but also something that I feel very very called to help others.
I agree.
I think that when you've gone through hell, if you don't come out of it with the calling to help others, there's something wrong with you. And I think that again, that going back to Dennis, the anxiety guy, he was a guy that suffered with anxiety, much like I do. That's one of the reasons why I think I have gotten better talking with him, is because he relates to every symptom I have. And so I understand that he understands me. You go to a normal psychiatrist or a psychologist or a therapist, they really don't understand what you're going through. They may understand the mechanism of what you're going through. But so I appreciate the fact that he went through it, and now he's dedicated his entire life, not only his YouTube channel, but also counseling, to helping others never go
that's
through
awesome.
it again. So, so yes, I hope I hope that they will forward it to me, and I will read it.
Awesome. No name fame says, advice on getting
welcome
my
back.
ball python to eat. Had her since January, hasn't eaten or even striked. Husbandry is 100% spot on. Save our ship. That's a West, baby.
I would say,
Well, first off, the hard part
Email.
about this. Yeah, go ahead.
I would say email info@BHB Reptiles,
Yeah,
because there's
info@BHB.
so many different variables
Yeah,
that
yeah,
we have
yeah.
to know about your setup, what's
That's
going
fair.
on before we
Well,
can
not only
actually
that,
assess
not-
what's going on.
Right. Not only that, though, Lori, is that it's like these are the questions that are probably most important: is how old is it? What have you tried?
What is your
size of the
setup?
enclosure.
How big
yeah,
is it?
Yeah, I mean,
I mean, that's what I'm
you
saying.
can't. We because I get a lot of these types of as a matter of fact, this at least said, hey, January ball python. We have a pretty good understanding of what's going on. Point is, we can help you whether you email us or call us or whatever, we can help you 100%. But a lot of times I'll get messages that or emails that will just say like, my snake's not eating, what should I do? And I'm like, I don't even know what kind of snake you have.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if you have a king snake or a ball python or a boa. So, the first thing
Exactly.
the point is that we can help you, but it's much like anything. You need as much information as you can
Exactly.
get before you know what
Because
to
a
do.
lot of things, that's a thing. Like, we'll ask you all of these questions, and depending on what you say is what the advice will give you.
Right, yeah.
So, and the easiest thing is either call us or email us.
Yeah, email us, yeah.
And then we can, pinpoint it and tell you what to do next.
Right.
So,
Yeah, no, but we can absolutely help you.
Yep.
I mean, there's no doubt about it. I mean, we help people constantly through this. So, okay.
I got like 3 or 4 more.
Yeah,
and
let's
we'll be
just
done.
crush 'em.
Luke Smith says, thanks so much, Brian. I also suffer from depression and anxiety. I've come to terms recently. I may be on tablets for the rest of my life for depression, but I will
Right.
definitely look up the anxiety guy. Much love, bro.
Yeah, listen, I would love to be able to take a pill and feel better. So don't ever feel bad about taking medication
Yeah,
to feel
I
better.
agree.
If you can take a pill and feel better, that doesn't make you weak.
No, dude, that's a chemical
awesome.
imbalance. That's what it's
awesome.
supposed to do.
But with that being said, remember you're just masking a symptom, right? So you still have to get to the root of why you have anxiety and depression, and you need to
Thank
fix
you.
that
Yeah.
in order to stay healthy. Because the medication one day may not work.
Yeah.
And so, fix yourself even through medication. But if you can fix yourself and take medication, that's great. Don't feel bad about it. I wish I could. If someone came to me right now and said, Brian, I've got a pill and you're never going to feel anxious again, I would take that pill without fail every single time. Unfortunately, that's not the direction I've been able to take in life. So that's the way it goes. So-
Let Roses Burn says, funny, just finished cleaning my roaches. I have a small discoid colony. Dubeyas are banned in Florida. I've never heard discoid, so I don't know what that is.
That's
but-
interesting. Well, there's so many roaches. My gosh, it's unbelievable. And we should do like every
No.
species.
Yeah, we need at least 25 of every
25
species.
species of roaches.
I know,
Yeah,
Lori, I'm
no.
just kidding.
That's awesome, though.
Zach says, Brian, I think I'm thinking back to the times you used to say that handling venomous snakes is a form of therapy for you. Will
Yes.
you ever own any in the future? I like that.
I think there's. Let me not answer
So
that.
Jay
me
said
just skip that.
$5 and said loved Kevin on the vlog and
high
podcast.
probability of divorce in that answer.
Let me just put it this way:
Just
if
wait till I'm moved
it's a
out.
decision between a venomous snake and losing my wife, I will always pick Lori. But I'm hoping
Wise
one day
choice.
she will
Come to her
realize that
senses,
there's
Wise
there,
choice.
I'm hoping as a loving wife that she is, and the understanding and supporting life that she is, that one day we will come to an agreement that is copacetic for both of us.
Yeah. All right. So you got a mangrove.
Hog nose.
Yeah. There you go. Jay
then.
said $5. Says love Kevin on the vlog and podcast. Love his stuff. Love his stuff. Please have him on again, collab more, and have him visit you in person when possible.
Well, I think that'll be the best scenario
Oh,
is to
absolutely.
have him
We'd
in
love
person.
to have Kevin here.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
I
that'd
mean,
be
and
great.
we've been talking
It'd
about
be
it
a lot of
forever.
Has he ever been to the Reptarium?
He's never been to the Reptarium.
I didn't think
Kevin
so
is
because-
Kevin's a recluse. Like, I mean,
Yes,
he doesn't really
yes.
like people. He doesn't really like to
doesn't
travel,
travel
much.
much,
But I would, I mean, if I had to pick everyone in the reptile hobby and say what person do you want to come here and show, Kevin would be the guy.
Oh my God!
He'd
Hell
be
yeah!
the
Kevin's
number one
man.
guy that I want to show what we're doing, how we're doing it. I know that Bruce and Jessica would geek out just listening to his stories, and I know. So we're going to make that happen one day. He was supposed to come just before COVID.
Pre-COVID.
And we didn't have a date set, but Jeremy, his manager,
Right.
was saying, all right, within the next 3 or 4 weeks, we're going to make a date to get him out here. And then, the life changed pretty quickly. In New Hampshire, they're in their bubble over there, man.
Yeah, they don't.
They don't. I think that their COVID's not allowed to pass the state line.
Yeah,
into
Boston.
New
Boston's
I'll
holding them back.
never-
They're like, hey, you ain't coming through here.
I'll never forget my mom's 40th birthday because of Jeremy.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh man, you mean
Yeah.
the
trumpet
trump?
bit,
Yeah.
a trumpet
The
solo.
trumpet
You know,
was
and
great.
guess what? The truth is,
It was awesome.
the fucking truth is, if that trumpet wasn't there, I would not remember that fucking birthday.
Yeah.
He literally
There's
gave
no
him a
way.
trumpet
Let's just tell-
solo.
There's no way I would remember her birthday.
All right, so let's back up for a second, and I know we're getting close on time here. We got to go out of here in a minute, but so Jeremy, who is a manager
his
over at
mom.
Nerd, and great guy, Brassman Exotics, which by the way, he wants all of us on his podcast separately. They have
Oh,
Reptile
that's
Talk
awesome. You
with
guys gotta
Rob,
do that.
and so we need to do that
I know a lot
separately. I
about
think it'll be cool.
reptiles.
No, I think it's.
They'll just
fine.
talk to you about
Yeah, they'll
being
talk about-
Yeah.
growing up in a family.
Being
with
you.
reptiles. Yeah.
Yeah. I
So,
know. I
but
still
so
got the
so
last
Jeremy
name.
is a very talented trumpet player.
Yeah, he
and
is.
and as a matter of fact, I think his job was teaching trumpet like at a college for a while before he
Yeah.
went to
Yeah,
Nerd.
he was like,
and he
yeah.
actually played too.
Yeah,
like,
he's played in
for-
all kinds of
yeah.
stuff, like symphonies and all
Yes.
kinds of different
He's
things.
really talented.
But,
Halftime
But so
shows.
he was here, just happened to be on the 4th of July, and so we were at Lori's dad's house where we have a big get together for her birthday and her grandma's
No,
birthday.
for
it was
Vermander.
at our house.
Yeah, I was in Vermander.
The party was at our house.
It was at
Really?
Grammy's
On
house.
Vermander.
Yeah.
Wait a second, you're way off.
Nope.
No,
You're way off.
Really?
Ooh.
Yep.
really.
I feel like
Okay.
somebody like
Oh, see,
pumpkin
there's a
pie.
second thing
Yeah.
I'm talking about.
That was
the
4th of
second one was
July.
4th
Yeah,
of
he
July.
said my birthday.
I was talking about the 40th.
okay.
My birthday is the
Ah.
15th. 4th
Oh,
of July is on the 4th.
Okay, all right. Yeah, you're.
So
no, I know, but I
Jeremy's
thought we were
done it
celebrating.
twice for us.
He's done it twice
Yeah.
for us. Yeah.
Jeremy's
because-
He was
fucking
here.
the man
what,
with the
they were
trumpet.
here
He
for
is
like
the
a
man.
week or something. Like
Yeah.
him and his mom. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe
Yeah,
when
his
they
mom's
were
great,
here,
too.
they were here for a long
Right.
time.
His mom's great too. But yeah, so but the reason I was thinking your dad's was because I remember Aaron, your cousin, who just got back from his deployment,
Right.
was there, and it was like he cried. Like,
Yeah, he
when-
was freaking out with the.
Yeah, because not only with the fireworks were bothering him, but when Jeremy played the national
the
anthem,
national anthem.
he
That was probably
he like
beautiful.
teared up, because he was just back
Yeah,
from
he just got back
Afghanistan.
from
I mean, like literally like the
Afghanistan, yeah.
week before.
Yeah,
Dude, it's
And,
fucking cool. Like,
shell-shocked, yeah.
it, like right before we set off fireworks or something, like
He was
he
showing
was doing
you
the
the-
trumpet. He was like, "Dur, dur, dur."
That's so cool.
Yeah, yeah,
was
it was.
fucking
It was.
cool.
But he
it was
also
cool.
gave a solo for my birthday.
Well, yeah, the
Yeah, that was a
birthday-
different. That was a different
Yeah.
one. Yeah, that was a different one. Yeah.
The birthday was amazing.
Okay.
Very memorable.
Okay, I don't even,
Obviously
yeah.
not for him.
Slightly memorable.
Slightly
Yeah.
memorable. I
More
remember
memorable
4th of
for
July.
you.
I remember 4th of July better. I do remember now on Vermander, but I don't. It's not as
Yeah, you
vivid.
don't,
It's
but
not as vivid.
It was very vivid for me. I just remember celebrating my mother's birthday with a bang, with a blast from a horn. So
There you go.
And Jake
That's
Lewis said, my whole podcast crew, we want to help people. And he was talking about the anxiety stuff, about helping others with it too.
That's
So-
awesome. Well, that's cool,
Yep.
man. Yeah, definitely. It's an important topic.
Oh my God. Potterhead said he told his sister and they had a good laugh.
That's hilarious.
So that was your sister.
That was his sister.
Even better. So
Yeah.
thanks for starting Tuesday.
Yeah,
Titty Tuesday.
Tuesday at the Reptarium.
Yeah, come swim with
Who would've
Ivy,
ever-
tops off.
Fucking
Yeah.
Bruce saw it too. Because I remember like
Looking at Bruce for confirmation, like, is that a
Yeah,
titty?
yeah, I was like,
is that a wild titty?
Okay, well, so this is the deal, guys.
There's a wild
This is the
titty.
deal.
That
This is
was
the
a
deal,
wild
guys.
titty.
Number one,
Came out of nowhere.
I'm off on Tuesday, so I'm not going to be here for Titty Tuesdays. But no one, you guys can do it.
Okay.
And but there has to be some screening, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be the screener.
Yeah,
I'll be
but-
the screener.
Yeah.
You
the
guys
only one
can you guys
working.
can stream Titty Tuesdays.
Yeah, Bruce can be the
I'm
screener.
off. I'm not here, so I have nothing to do with it. I don't
Do
want
with
to know
what?
about
So
it. I
now
don't
it's
want-
going to be wild titties and wild feet.
Yeah, feet Fridays and titty
Yeah.
Tuesdays.
Bruce, can you do us a favor and change your Instagram at to tits and toes?
Tits and toes.
Tits and toes, please.
Tits and
Bruce
toes.
at tits and toes.
Head, shoulders,
tits
tits,
and
and toes.
I think this is a good idea. I think
Yeah,
we're
this
on
is
to
fair.
something here.
Crystal
So,
for $1.50 just for love.
Thanks,
you,
Crystal.
Crystal.
Thank you,
I
Crystal.
think that's it, guys.
All right,
think
well,
we
guys,
yeah.
thanks for joining us. Like I said, probably one more week up here.
Yeah.
In this environment, and then we'll unveil the podcast room and watch the vlog tomorrow for the start of the renovation of the build, and
Yes,
you get an
sir.
idea what it's going to look like. But not the thing is this is phase one of the entire basement. When this basement's done, it's going to be so dope, man.
Oh, yeah.
So dope.
It's going to be so good. I mean,
dope.
We're
from
going to have to do like an
everything.
MTV Cribs episode
Oh
down
my
there.
gosh, yeah.
Yes, sir.
Did I tell you I'm going to put a wood
Literally.
floor in there in the basement?
Wood floor.
What?
I'm going to put a wood floor in the
Oh.
basement.
Where?
This is new.
Like as
Pergo.
soon as you walk down the stairs, it'll be wood planks floor.
Wood planks.
Yeah.
I thought we were talking
Walk
about that in the
blank.
house.
Well, we're talking about that at the house too, but I'm going to do it downstairs first. Then
That's
we'll
it. He's getting a little
practice.
extra material.
Yeah, I got a little extra material. So, well, anyways, guys, thank you.
Thank you so much. I hope you guys
Doesn't even
enjoyed
make
watching.
sense.
If you haven't yet, go watch Pimp My Pen. Okay, go watch Pimp My Pen. Thank you so
Link in the
much.
description.
Go subscribe. Checking in Clips channel too. If you didn't miss,
Please.
if you didn't catch the full podcast,
Yes.
we post clips of them
Yes.
over on that channel. Go subscribe.
Yes.
Thank you guys so much. You've been checked in, and we are checking out. We'll see you next week. Bye.